Hello, 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 everybody, and how is it going out there in the internet world? Good, I hope. Here we are once again for Orchard, our D&D 5e adventure in the Feywild with a pro restarter twist. And here we are with all the lovely, lovely faces that we saw last week, still coming back to my games. Oh, the mistakes were made. I know. But yeah, so why don't we go around the little group here, and as I fix the nameplate on the overlay, just remind us kind of like who you're playing, and all that good jazz. Let's start with Tiz.
Hello, it's me, Tis Aliens slash Heavenly. Um, just a heads up to everyone, I am just getting over a cold, so my voice sounds weird, and I am muted, but you will probably see me cough a few times or turn off the screen like this. It's not because I'm vomiting, it's because I'm coughing, just so you guys are aware. So now that that's out of the way, I'm playing Serafina. I'm the team mom, and I'm so excited to be here and see what kind of things we get up into and the shenanigans that unfold.
The best voice. Keep that voice character from Boston.
How good.
Nice. And what class are you?
Oh, I am a level 5 fighter and a level 10 cleric.
Cleric. Nice. And jumping from you to Sean.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sean, and my character's name is Neil Zarkanin. I am a paladin, and I serve Bakab, the god of magic. And he doesn't he's not really into the whole combat thing. He likes to read, and that's my character.
Nice. Yeah, and then jumping from you to Pengu.
Hey, I'm Imperator Pengu or Tommy. Man, I'm looking forward to this. I play Kieran, the moody human barbarian who also likes to read, but is also into killing things. I get the feeling that Neil also like looks at a clipboard as he's introducing himself to like new people. He's like, I am a paladin. I'm supposed to tell you that I am lost and to return me.
Nice.
But
On the side of his axe. I love it.
yeah,
Or more.
I'm looking forward to this.
Nice. So am I. And then jumping from you, last but not least, Bree.
Hey, it's NPC Bree. Fair warning as well. I am in the process of getting sick. I am on the downward fall. So if I die halfway through the stream out of character, it's fine. Just find the nearest like lake, push me in, bring me back to nature, whatever. I'm playing Saeli, Grey Mason, who is a human arcane trickster rogue who kind of hates the Feywild with every fiber of her being. But it should be fine. It should be fine.
I believe it should be fine too. So, yeah, and I am a pro restarter. I am all the voices in between. I am the good, the bad, and the neutral, and maybe just a stone or two because I feel silly. And yeah, so wasting no time, why don't we do the recap? And whoever wants to do that, feel free to, and all that good jazz.
Okay, so we were in Furiondi, and we're all members of a mercenary company called the Gilded Glaive. We were hired to deliver a box. So we went to deliver the box, and we were camped in the woods. And a weird merchant showed up and just wanted to sleep with us, like next to us. So we let him. And then a rabbit. I think the rabbit was it black furred, and it had like white eyes or something
Red
like that.
eye, bloodshot red eyes.
Yeah. And our box opened, in it was like a little cube, a glowing magic cube. And somehow in there we got sucked into the Feywild, which is like the plane of fairies and stuff like that. So then we're in the Feywild, and the rabbit turns into kind of a satyr named
Sexy satyr.
Riddlestan, and and then he wanted to take us to a party to some hosted by somebody named like Lord Iridescence, right?
Iridescence, yeah. You were invited, in fact.
So we started heading there, but we needed, I think, food and water and stuff. So we kind of split up, and some of us went over to the river, and there's this well. It's like, hey, put some things in the well, and I'll grant you a wish. So I had my magic item, like one of my for this show we were allowed to pick 3 magic items. So my main one was Darren's Instant Fortress, everybody. But that got left in the material plane, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get it back, right? So I wished for it back, but it like fell it fell from the sky like in pieces. And
Yeah.
it was horrible. It was horrible. And then meanwhile, I think Kieran stayed with Riddlestan, and Sayeli went hunting, and she hunted a deer, and the deer didn't react normally. It cried like a baby or something like that.
It morphed and
It was just
horrific.
whining the
It
whole
became
time.
like an
Yeah.
angry man baby. Like it turned from like a beautiful deer with flowers and its little like antlers, real nice, pretty deer, and it turned into a red-eyed, angry man baby who shrieked very loud and went everywhere.
It was a man baby.
Yeah, it was an old man who had like the voice of a crying infant child baby.
And I
Toddler,
think
all the
that's where we
words.
stopped, right?
That's where we stopped. Yeah.
You didn't even get a chance to go away.
No, because time was called and you were stunned. But we'll get to that also as well. A few points that I did want to point up. When you guys made it to the Feywild, our lovable Kieran had a weird dream / comatose vision of a spider going into his eye and plopping it out and all that good stuff, digging itself in. And when they woke up, their eye was completely black except for the iris, which was a deep purple. You could see out of it normally, but that was like a cosmetic change. And they gained 1 insanity. And there is an insanity rule in this game, as well as some other stuff which the players haven't kind of come into yet. So for various reasons, for that, the players will gain insanity. When they get to a certain insanity number for different on their characters, they will either go mad, and I will roll on a rollable table, or they can take a quirk, and the quirk is like extreme melancholy, phobias, hallucinations, just like various like delirium or psychosis, something that will be taking effect in like some combat situations or some like interactions. Just all like good RP story stuff, just to flavor the world and kind of have a lot more drama in it and risk than just kind of just like monster fight. That's a lot more judgment calls can be made. So you want like 5 insanity already, then, Brie? Okay, cool. I'll do that. Just put it on your character.
That's fine. Where do I put it on?
No, I'm joking.
I'm okay with starting buck wild crazy. I started making my character buck wild crazy.
It's true. Everyone's book wild in various reasons. I've read your backstories. So jumping back in, we see a few moments before, and we see Elizabeth Law, as she is. I don't know why I did that then. As she is, looking out of her window on the Golden Glaive. She sees the group outside, just chatting about their fanny packs and the box and about horses. She's seeing them do this, and she's just like putting her hand in front of her face, her long kind of brown hair tightly tied back, her gleaming kind of full plate, kind of like shining in the light that's kind of like creeping in. And then we see a purple flash in the room. And as we see the group get the horses that they requisitioned and start making their way to the main gate, we just hear her say to an individual, we can't see who it is or what it is, but we know that they're the origin of that purple flash. And she just says, "Do you really think this is going to work? You picked them for a reason. Them." And then we hear the voice say, "Yes, I do, actually." And then it cuts. And then we see an arrow fly through vibrant trees, flowers of bright hues, as it just whistles through the air and hits this deer with long brown horns of flowers poking out of it. And as it falls down, we see it once again, its leg twists back. We see where the arrow hit, it bends in, and the fur seems to rip and tear and suck into the hole as the entire torso cracks and bends. The head flaps up and breaks and twists 180, and it just hear as the entire creature's entrails flap out of its stomach. And as it morphs and twists, we see a bone jut out and another one, and then we see this large grey foot bend out of the side, and then another one and another one, as this thing morphs inside out, as feet just come out of it. 4 on either side, 2 at the front, and as this weird head is stuck inwards and flattened and elongated, we see this gross visage of an old man, wide, crazy eyes, gaunt face, extended smile, and we just hear as we see little baby hands near the head rear up as the 2 front legs bend backwards. And as you see this, Sayele, and you're like, oh shit, and you're about to bend on your heels to turn away, 2 things happen. 1, I need you to roll me a will at disadvantage. Will save. Wisdom save. I always call wisdom will. I don't know why. It's the same thing, I guess. $15.
Sorry, I didn't roll it at disadvantage.
It's all right. And as you see this thing, you may now mark on your character sheet in the bio section Insanity 1. As this thing is the most horrid, grotesque, unnatural thing you've ever seen. And it breaks your psyche, and that's where you know you have to dash, get back, get away. This thing is not fucking natural.
Oh,
And
yeah.
And the
no.
second thing that happens is roll initiative. Everyone.
Fucking A. Okay.
Okay, initiative.
Wow, expert level initiative.
Nice. I
We're
love it.
doing great. We're doing great. We're doing great. Oh, guys, you're doing Tom. I love you
That
there.
is-
So theel free to
Oh,
like
yeah.
throw your tokens out on the board. Even though there's no picture, it will allow you to put the tokens in the turn order. So just like roll again, but take your initial rolls.
What I'm hearing is my roll is about to be a nat 20 because I got a 7.
Thank God for
Oh.
barbarian advantage.
It was a
on-
20, no.
Did I roll it?
Make sure you take your, so you can change it by clicking the number and then putting in your first roll.
Can you roll your initiative at disadvantage? Does the thing automatically do that? Because I was still in the disadvantage section when I pressed this.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't do it, but you just take 2.
Excellent. Just want to make sure I wasn't purposely fucking myself over.
Yeah, so if you have advantage, you have to roll twice.
Ah.
Yeah. That's my 2 rolls.
Cool. Is everyone in?
No, you said I had to move my token or something?
Yeah, so even though you don't have one, just like drag it onto the board. I'll do it for you. Drag it onto the board, and then I can just right click it, and then I can just add it, and then put in your number.
All right, it was a 8.
Nice.
You guys did great.
Thanks for saving the day, Tommy.
Nice. So just to reiterate distance, you're about 30 feet away from it, Sally. Kyron, you hear this as I described last session. You hear this weird baby cry, and it just chills you to the bone because it's like weirdly creepy and weird. And you're about 90 feet away. And the two running in from the wow, they've gone to the forest. I mean, in distance to Sayele, they're about 100 feet away. And in distance to Kyron, they're about like 10 feet away. So
cool.
You guys had started running back into the forest when a fortress ran down on you. So let me just get the creatures. Let's see what you do. Kill. Also, I need to change it because for some reason O20 only ever does it where it is secret, and I don't like it when it's secret because it's stupid. So as you see this thing, it seems to not pay much attention to you yet, as it just like stares at you, but who knows what it's gonna do. Let me roll initiative for it, and it gets a 6. Nice. So yeah, it's still like transforming, and you hear this, you hear this cry, Kyron. So does Riddleston, and he just looks at you like worried. What do you do?
Do I see this creature, or is it I just hear the sound?
You just hear the sound because Sayeli kind of like crept off and snuck away. So I'm guessing it was in like an area where like you couldn't really see it, but Sayeli was able to hunt it. But you can still hear it, so you can track it that way.
Okay. Well then, I guess Kieran is. I mean, he's gonna sort of like pull his maul off of his back and say, "Oh, what now?" And he's gonna go charging after, because I assume he sort of saw which way Sayeli went, so he figures she probably got into some sort of trouble. And he's gonna go charging off, trying to find the sound, the thing that made that sound.
Cool.
And I guess he's gonna use his action and move action to go, and he can go with that 80 feet.
Sure, run me a perception check just to make sure, because I believe Sayeli got like a 20-something stealth.
Cool.
But you can hear the sound, so you're fine.
Yeah, I'm really great at perception. Oh, it's not bad.
Nice, yeah. So like you got like you don't know, you can't really tell which way she went, but you can pinpoint this sound and you make your way towards it. And Riddlestan does not come with you unless you force him.
No, I don't think I'm particularly worried about him at the moment.
Nice. So yeah, you move kind of 60 feet, and as you get like 60 feet closer to it, you can definitely see this weird creature, and it horrifies you. Roll me a will save.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, there it is.
Wow.
This thing horrifies you, mostly because of what it looks like, but also because it reminds you of that spider. The way that it looks like a weird, creepy legs, like humanoid spider. So yeah, you can put one more insanity on your character
lovely.
sheet.
Cool. Awesome.
And just as a point of order for you guys, notice that Kieran had his that night disadvantage. So the more insanity you get, the more resistant you are to the horrors around you. So initially, when you guys first see horrible things, you get like a disadvantage, then normal, then advantage. So you become more and more accustomed to the horrors.
Not that, being at disadvantage would have made any difference.
I mean, you keep rolling me those zeros. So that's your turn. Next is Neil. And you just see Kyron like take off. You hear this like weird baby sound.
Okay, so I'll run. I'll try to run in my armor where he ran.
Yeah, you can totally do that. You use your...
And if possible, I want to be within 10 feet of as many of my allies as possible, so my auras can wash over them.
Nice. You are using your action to double move, so like the full 60 feet.
If that's what it takes to get over to where Kieran is, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll be where... Yeah, so you'll run to where Kieran is. You'll be about 10 feet behind him. So, yeah, and then... you're like...
So
60 feet away from the creature.
Can you describe this thing again? I think I get it, but I want to make sure.
Yeah, so this thing basically, if we're looking at a top-down view, there's like a small circle, like meat sack, and that's where like the head is. And on either side of like this weird meat sack, there are like human legs. So think of like a very athletic like person's legs, like on either side, like on four on either side, and like two at the back, two at the front that have like folded backwards. And, like the meat sack is kind of like reared up, so you see like the bottom of like this circle, and there's like baby hands kind of like jotted out.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you see. I'll say that because you're like 10 feet behind, you can't really have a clear picture. But when you pass that 10-foot threshold, you'll get like a clearer foot. Kieran is 60 feet. You're 70 feet away.
Okay. So I double moved, right? That's all I.
That was your
do,
double move, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
That's it for me.
And then after that, it is Sayele.
Oh, I don't know.
And at the start of your turn,
yes,
as you see this thing, I need you.
Oh no.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. So give me a wisdom save.
Another. Oh no. Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so you see this thing, and this thing locks eyes at you, and suddenly you become like disoriented. You feel like queasy for a moment, like everything is moving, but then like you just kind of like shake your head, and you kind of like move away from it, but just like staring at it, it's like disoriented you for a second.
What do I want to do to it? So many options is this character.
Yeah, you're 30 feet away, by the way.
That's fine. I guess I'm going to shoot at it. I'm gonna just do one big shoot at it.
That hits.
Again. All right.
Yeah, 9 damage. You give it a mighty blow.
Let me do
First blood.
another shot as a bonus action. I did not have enough space to put that in here. So
You should have 2 shots anyway at your level, two attacks anyway at your level.
Sorry, I'm having trouble at level 15. I'm very confused at this.
That hits, yeah.
Here we go.
Definitely hears you now.
Got him. Tink tink. The whole time she's just swearing like, holy, nope. Holy, oh my god. Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. Does not know what she's doing. And then she'll bonus action short bow, but it'll only be a 15 because I'm taking that plus 10 down. Or minus 5, I think. Yeah, so it's only 20. Does a 20 hit?
Yeah, that hits. Well, 25. Yeah, obviously, yeah, that hits.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, you pout this thing with arrows, and it just like stomps its feet and it rears up its baby hands again, and it just like.
Wow. So for the rest of her turn, 'cause she's 30 feet away, she's going to, she obviously sees everyone else running through the clearing. So she's going to make her way to them behind them. She's going to trajectory plane herself 30 feet up in like behind a tree behind them.
Mm-hmm.
So that way it comes running towards like Neil instead of her.
Nice. Yeah, so you run towards Neo and get behind him. That's fine. After you, it is this thing's turn, and it see. Oh, nice. That's good movement. It moves towards you. Kyron's like. It's like legs was like pattering on the ground. It's moving like weirdly, and as it moves, there's like this like black ichor that seems to like drip from it, and that seems to stain the ground, and the grass turns grey and black as it hits it. And it runs up towards you. As you kind of like look at this thing, Ramir will save.
Oh, lovely.
Something stares you in the eyes.
Okay, not bad.
You feel like this, like you kind of look at it and you get yourself ready, but you feel disoriented. You feel like the waves are moving around you.
He's within my aura, I think, so he has an extra +3 to saving throws.
Oh, nice! That actually works. So you passed then actually with that.
Yeah.
Lucky.
MVP.
Nice. You know, right? Cool. Nice. So as this thing happens, this thing's going to attack you once, misses twice. 18 hit you?
Yeah. That'll hit. Yep.
Nice. So this thing like just like ranges into you, and as it like slashes into you, like it slashes like into your armor and like kind of like nicks your neck, but also you get this like vibration, like psychic damage as well, as it's just like as it's like dragging its like baby claws all over your face. It's gonna attack you with one more claw attack. 16 misses, I'm guessing.
Nope, 16 does hit me.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just like it rears on its back legs, and it's just like clawing at your face with these like baby claws. You have like these like little like scar marks on your face as it's just like screeching inside of you.
All right. Cool.
And yeah, that's its turn. And then it's Serafina. Yeah.
Mom's here. So I'm 90 feet away from it. About.
Yeah. So because you were with Sean,
Right.
you're 90 feet away. Well, no, because they move closer now, so you're about like 50 feet away.
Oh, I'm only 50 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I would like to sprint as my action. And then I would actually like to use action surge to take an additional action.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can hear everyone screaming. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna run in and be like, I'm coming. And then as soon as I get there, I'll use action surge to hit it with my sword.
Nice. As you see it, roll me a will save. Disadvantage. So I'm gonna need 2 for 2 different reasons in a minute.
Wisdom?
Wisdom, sorry. I keep saying it will for some reason. I don't know why.
Am I within the aura that gives me a +3?
Yeah, you are. Nice. Okay, yeah, so with that, you still fail.
Damn it!
Gain 1 insanity.
Ah.
As this like baby clawed creature like and now I need you to roll for the disorientation
Okay, what
thing
am I rolling
as you
for
look at it. The same thing.
Do I have disadvantage?
No. This is an ability the creature has when you look at it. It just disorients you. Yeah, I think a 30
Wow.
a 30 is fine.
Wow.
Mom's here, okay? Mom's not afraid. Mom was kind of freaked out at first, but she's got it under control.
Nice. Yeah, and you're able to attack if you need to.
Yeah, so I'm going to hit it with my Sword of Wounding.
Nice.
And I will infuse it with Divine Strike so it has extra magic energy. So let me go ahead and make an attack.
Extra magic energy.
Does that hit?
That does hit, actually. Yeah, exactly
Okay.
hits.
So, all right, the Sword of Wounding's pretty weird. So now it can't regain health except for during rest. So it can't like use magic to heal itself.
Mm-hmm.
And at the start of each of its turns, it'll take 1d4 necrotic damage, and it can make a Constitution saving throw after it's taken the damage at the start of each of its turn.
Oh, nice. Cool.
So it'll take 12 from my sword, and then with Divine Strike, it'll take. Sorry, that's the roll. That's not the damage.
Yeah,
I try to get it to not do the roll. And an additional 8.
Nice. Cool. Yeah,
I'm
so...
like, leave us alone, you foul beast.
Go away. I like it. Yeah, you hit it with it, and it's just like... making these like weird, like screechy noises.
Okay. But now I'm winded because I just action shows. I'm like, all right, everyone, are we all right? And then that's my turn.
Nice. Yeah. So you do that, and it's the top of the round. Say hello, Kyron. Sorry.
All right. Kieran will sort of just turn aside and just like spit some blood out of his mouth, and like, I'm fine. And then he is going to go into a rage. And for Kieran, his rage isn't like, and I'm going to rage, like he's not like screaming out or anything. It's not like a volcano explosion. It's just like a storm that's approaching. It's just a slowly bubbling rage that's kind of always there. And now it's just kind of showing.
Trick is you're always angry. Yeah.
Yeah. He's always a little angry. So he is going to rage.
Nice.
And I'm going to swing. I'm going to reckless. Great
Nice.
weapon master.
Before you do that though, I need you to roll me another. As you said you were looking at it, I need you to give me another wisdom save.
+3.
That fails on that one. So as you get into this rage, and this is another effect that it has for the creature. As you get into this rage and you grab your maul and you look at this thing, you're like, "Rah!" And then just this fear once again, and you feel this writhing in the corner of your eye, and it stuns you for a moment because you're just like, wait, what is this? And with the effect, you are Oh, I didn't roll the damage. But yeah, you take damage and heal the fears. Yeah, okay. Oh, it can't heal though, so it can't heal from this. But you are stunned for 1 round.
Wow, great, lovely.
Stunned.
For 1 round. So
Ouch.
you rage up, you get angry, and you look into its eyes, and you see the same kind of like black and purple, and then you feel this like writhing at the side of your face, and it just like stuns you for a moment.
Great, and he's like mid like swinging his maul around, and he's like, yeah, and he stops, and I guess that's my turn.
Yeah. Yeah, but luckily it can't heal. And the next, it is Neo.
Is this thing medium sized?
It is indeed.
I reach into my fanny pack and I pull out a hemispherical piece of clear crystal and a matching hemispherical piece of gum Arabic. And I'm like trying to remember the words you're supposed to say. And I say them. And then it has to make a dexterity saving throw.
This is Otoluke sphere.
Wow. How did you do that?
Let's see. Dex saving throw. Go. 13. I miss.
Yeah. All right. It's trapped in a sphere of shimmering force. Nothing, not physical objects, energy, or other spell effects can pass through the barrier in or out, although the creature can breathe inside of it. The sphere is immune to all damage. Blah, blah, blah. It's also weightless. So I'm going to
Nice.
say, hey, let's find a hill and we can roll it down the hill.
How long does it last?
It's concentration 1 minute.
Okay.
And the other thing is, I don't know. I don't think I have to look at it to cast this. It says a sphere of shimmering force encloses a creature or object of large size or smaller within range. I don't know, 30 feet.
I would say you would have to. Let's see.
Okay.
I think you would have to look at it.
Okay.
Because that's kind of how most context spells. Because I was like, how would you know, right?
Right. So do I have to make a saving throw?
Yeah, I think you would have to make a save.
All right.
Just.
What kind of save is it?
It's a wisdom, DC 16.
Wisdom. I have +6.
Yeah, you pass, so the spell goes off.
Nice.
Oh, also roll me another wisdom save. Because now you're looking at it to see if you get insanity.
11.
You gain 1 insanity by looking upon this thing.
No. Oh no.
But you trap it, and you're just like, I got this guy. What the fuck is that? But you trap it, and it's just like breaking away. You can see it like screeching, but I'm guessing you can't hear it because of the barrier. Yeah. What do you guys do? So it lasts a minute though, so what do you guys want to do with this? It is Sayeli's turn.
Sayeli's not looking at it at this point. She's like behind Neil. She's kind of doing one of these motions. Like, I don't care what we do with it. We just have to get rid of it. So if we're gonna move it, that's on you. Or I'm going to climb in this tree, and I'm going to kill it from up there.
It's weightless, so somebody could just throw it like really far.
Are you strong enough to throw it really far, Neil?
Actually, I am kind of strong. I'm not good.
Okay, well, I'm going to this tree right here as my action, and I'm going to stealth. I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna be real sneaky. You and Kieran can throw that off a cliff. And honestly, she's just gonna use her turn to stealth up this like tree. She's gonna climb this tree and hide it, so it can't see her.
Okay. Roll me an athletics check. Yeah, I was gonna say you walk up a tree. Yeah, you start getting up the tree. You can get on there in your next turn.
Okay, that's fine. I should have just used spider climb. I have a spell for this.
Yeah, it is the creature's turn, but it can't do anything. It does it block sound or doesn't it? Just so I can know for reasons. For reasons.
Nothing can pass through the barrier.
If it says nothing, then I'm guessing sound either then.
Yeah, it sounds like no.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So nothing can get through. It's just like you see, it's like screeching and making noise, but it's not doing anything. Luckily for you guys. Serafina.
So the plan is for someone to pick this thing up and throw it?
We could just leave it and go away.
If I wanted to pick it up and I wanted to throw it in the river?
Yeah, it's weightless, so you could easily pick it up. The
You're
river
riding
is
that goddamn well.
the river is
Make a wish on that.
the river is about 80 feet behind you, give or take.
Okay. Would picking it up and throwing it count as an action?
Throwing it would, but picking it up wouldn't because it's weightless. So we just wanted to like bunt it somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess that I will. I imagine that Neil said this out loud. Like, oh, it's weightless.
Yes.
Someone should pick it up. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't listening to like inner character dialogue. All right, I'm going to try and throw it into the trees that way, and then we're going to run this way. Does that sound good to everyone?
Sally is like halfway up this tree and she like peeks her head out and she's like,
Kieran,
"Feel it?"
blink once if that's okay for you. We'll figure that out in a second. All right. Figure it out. Try and throw it.
Okay, cool.
Actually, what would be more effective, throwing it or bunting it?
I like bunting it because it's a funny image.
Okay, I'm gonna bunt it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you don't need to roll for that. If you're just gonna bunt it away, that's fine.
Okay.
You bunt it away. You just doof, 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 doof. It turns into a one of those like pinball machines because it hits trees. And it's just like battering on the inside, and you get it away maybe like 50, 60 feet away.
All right, everyone, disengage. I'm gonna
Nice.
turn around and leave in the opposite direction as far as I can go.
Yeah, for intents and purposes, I'll say that that's combat. Then if everyone's just gonna run away,
Oh, yeah.
I won't prolong it for unnecessary reasons that you guys hop to. great use of a spell. Take inspiration, Sean, as I love spells that
so
give creative uses.
I think once Kieran gets out of the stun, he's like, "Oh, let me hit it. Let me hit it."
Go hit
Nice.
it. I'm out of here.
Wait, can I hit the ball prison with my maul like a baseball?
It's already gone. It's too late.
That would've been
You
good.
can run after it though. I highly recommend that.
Please don't.
I'm not coming back for you.
Riddlestan runs up to you guys. Oh, is everyone all right?
Yeah, we found a meat bag and it had feet
What on earth was that?
and a head.
Oh,
It was a deer. It was a deer, you stupid. And she pulls out her dagger and points it at Rumpelstiltskin.
why you the one who hit it? Why are you pointing the dagger? Oh, okay. Well, my roll 20 just restarted. You're the one who wanted that deer. Why are you pointing the dagger at me?
Because you didn't tell me that the deer turned into demon babies.
I didn't know.
How did you not know you live here?
I told you the land is corrupted. I don't know what goes on here anymore.
Take us somewhere where food does not turn into demons to kill me now.
Once.
Give me a perception check.
I'll say-
Sailor.
Oh. Perception.
Yeah, Sailor.
Also, Kieran hits a tree with his maul.
Oh, nice. Nice. So with that, you look up behind Riddlestan, and Kieran, as you hit a tree with a maul, it like tilts a bit, and some apples fall down.
I'm not eating those. I touch nothing.
Kieran is hurt, right?
That's okay.
Hurt's a relative term.
I'm gonna walk up to Kieran and I'm gonna lay on hands on Kieran. How many points do you need?
Let's see. How long does your extra 5 temp
8
each, or huh?
8 hours.
8 hours. Okay. So I am currently down 40
Wow.
44 hit points.
Uh-huh.
No, he's
Alright.
fine. He's
So I'll
I'm
say
still triple digits.
I'll whisper balance above morality, knowledge above all. Boom. You healed for 44. Is anybody else hurt? Are either of you hurt?
I'm hurt because I was hit by a house.
Yeah, you as well, Neil. You were hurt as well because of that.
Whoa. You were hit with a house?
Yes.
How did you get hit with a house? Like, demon baby aside, how did you get hit with an entire house?
Yes, that is quite an interesting question. How were we hit with a house? Neil, would you care to elaborate for our fellow traveling companions?
We ran into a really sarcastic well. You know,
Mhm.
it was-
A well is in what
It's,
kind
it,
of,
it said it would give me a wish, but then
like a water well, a sarcastic water well.
Yes.
yeah, and I made I wished for my house, and I didn't know that this thing.
We need to run. We need to be running right now.
Let's run.
We
Yeah.
should just fight the thing.
Every time I
And-
look at it, I feel weird. So let's just
There's
run.
no point in fighting it if I've already thrown it down the hill. We should just bugger off to this party.
Serafina has a point. Let's go to this fucking party so I can go and shoot regular deer and not one of you. And if you
Riddleson, take us
any
away from
magic
here.
water, Neil, while I'm around you, I will kill you first.
If I what?
Touch any magic
Riddleson,
water.
take us to the party. We're walking. We're walking
Yeah,
while they're talking.
He starts walking off.
So angry.
Kieran smashes all the apples he can find real quick, and then his rage ends at that point. He's like,
Fuck you, nature.
We are attacked by a worm, of which a man folds out of because you just smushed that apple. I swear to God.
Serafina has the point. Can we stop touching things until we are at this party?
Yeah, it's gonna be a while still.
At this point, Kieran calms down.
3 more rises. We still have to get to past the burning wood.
Oh yeah.
And did you get any water, like I suggested?
Did we?
Nope.
Did we, Neil? Did we get any water?
No.
Hmm.
That well tricked
Rabbit
us.
boy,
Rabbit man, please.
keep walking.
I mean, I am. I
Before
can do multiple things
I
at once.
decide that apples just aren't enough.
I mean, okay.
Okay.
I think as we're walking, I'm gonna go up to Neil and clasp him on the back and say, "That was quite a good job you did. Was this your first battle?"
No, it wasn't my first battle. I've never
I mean,
cast
I'm
a
not
spell
speaking of
before.
Emotional
but
battles,
that was-
because I
that
know,
was
of course,
fun.
we all had those.
You've never.
But I mean, real fighting battle.
No, I've had, I've had, all sorts of adventures and stuff. But I never cast a spell before. That spell, so it was fun.
That spell or spells at all? Neil, have you ever casted a spell before?
No, I've cast spells, but not that one. That's a high level spell. It takes a long time
It's
to
hard when
learn.
speaking to writers, because I know sometimes when you say that you've done something, you mean in your head or in fantasy. So in real life is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Who have you fought? Who have you killed? How have you killed, Neil?
I don't think he said that he's killed anyone.
I don't. This most of the time you don't need to kill people. If you just talk to them, you can work it out. You know?
I disagree.
Yeah, Neil. I mean, as he's Neil saying this, Sally pulls out her dagger of venom and applies a slick poison to it, so it's prepared in case anything else jumps out. She goes, I mean, I suppose you don't have to kill anything. I mean, we could all be pacifists and let the world just kill us first, but
Oh, I'm still alive. We're all still alive. We're fine. Well, except for Kieran's eye, but we're gonna work on that.
Nice.
No, we don't talk about the eye.
as you're talking, Sally, and you're loading up your you're loading up your weapons with poison. You swear you hear whispering, and you swear you see a dark, familiar cloak just off to the side disappear behind a tree. A move you've done countless times and been trained to do countless times.
So we should make our movements a little bit more sporadic, just in case. I feel like walking straight on in a magic wood of danger seems very bad, especially with such loud party members. Maybe we should. Have you ever moved in more of a zigzag, Neil? Do you know how to move in a zigzag? I think we should probably take a. What do you think,
What's
Bunny Rabbit, dear man?
what's the root of this hostility? I wonder with you.
Who hurt you, Sayali?
You're so quick
Ever-
to push me away. Why don't you? What are you so afraid of? I guess that's what I'm wondering.
Neil,
You
I
don't have to
fear
be
nothing
afraid.
but death. And I feel like death will be coming very shortly if we don't act a little bit smarter while we are doing this.
Well, I can zigzag with the best of them. Well, I mean, the armor, I should be able to keep up.
I'm just letting you know I will leave you behind if it becomes life or death. And she just keeps walking very like her
No
fist
man left behind.
clenched around her dagger, and you can see like the little veins like starting to show around her hand as she just walks forward a little bit quicker.
Kieran walks after Sayali. I mean, he's his rage is ended, so he's just ready to get going.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, as you guys are traveling, as I stated before, your food is all but run out. You probably have like scraps left as your journey to your initial destination in the other plane, and now traveling who knows how long across time through this terrain. You've been eating and like resting, and your rations that you've prepared, and your water is all but almost gone. That at a point where you feel you can no longer go on, and you feel you have to rest, is when you decide to make camp. You no longer hear the screeching of the creature that was long past, and you see the trees and the ground have taken on this sickly dark grey hue, completely different to the vibrant trees and valleys and grass and flowers you've come used to. Now everything is dark and dingy and a bit eerie. Fiddlestan keeps skipping and plodding, and every so often he'll play his pan flute.
Fiddlestan, you're magical, right?
I mean, how does one know, really? But yes,
Well,
I
you
am.
can- Okay, well, can you make food appear, or should we eat you next?
I mean, I could just leave and not guide you to the place, and then you'd be lost here forever.
And then your world or wherever we are stays like this, and we don't fix.
Agreed.
your
So we
problem.
need each other. So please, can we just be civilized, not
Well,
threaten me every 2 seconds?
I need to eat. I'm getting very hungry. I'm a dangerous person when I'm hungry, and I'm not shooting any more animals in this wood. So you better give me some advice, or we will all die here.
I mean,
tonight.
I did. I said hunt, and I showed you fruit. That's my fault you choose not to eat it. I can't help if you choose.
So you're saying that the fruit around here is completely safe?
I mean,
I had an
I've-
apple, and then a spider appeared. I don't trust the fruit.
you ate an apple here?
That was
When?
a different apple, I believe.
Any apple could be dangerous. I feel like I will go into the trees and look for some food. Are the trees?
Wait,
They're
do I
trees?
still have the plum?
You
Am
do.
I
You
correct?
still have the plum, yeah. But before you do that, I believe we have divine favor coming
Oh.
up. Nice. So, oh wait, no, sorry. Still a bit off. 97.
Ooh.
97.53 off. I can't really see on my Discord, on my OBS, but we're so close. It's inches to it. Where you at, people?
On my sheet, I have 2 weeks of rations. Did that get weird or warped when we went to the Feywild, though?
Yeah, no, so remember, it took you, it was going to take you 2.5 weeks just to get to the woods where you had to go anyway, so you would have eaten those already. And then probably hunted in the woods.
I
Okay.
think we got it now. We just got another 100.
Yeah, we did. Nice. Thank you. Super
Thank you.
awesome. Really appreciate that. So, to stop things, I am going to roll a D4 starting on my left. So, Serafina, Neil, Kyron, and Sayeli. So, like 1 to 4. And then we will see who gets this divine favor. And divine favor is very helpful and is given by the grace of the God Chat. And we humbly thank you in saving these poor adventurers. 4. So say Ellie. Nice. Get some
Would you
divine
look at
favor. So if you could run me a D6,
Got
I know
you.
what you get. 4. Critical hit, and that 20 that can be used on any to hit roll. Super,
Mm.
super great.
That's a
I'll say-
good
I'll s-
one.
Save that
Nice.
for next time Brittle Skin irritates me.
Too bad it was the natural 50 you needed. Plot armor, I'm joking.
Natural 50.
But yeah, so the stuff you had, Neo, you've already eaten it.
So,
Okay.
are we in this burning forest yet?
No, so like as you kind of gotten close to the area, you've noticed that everything has gotten quite dingy. And if you choose to carry on, you see that there is this like wavy film in front of you, almost like a massive like heat mask, and you just kind of see like the air, and past that you just see a barren terrain.
Maybe before we go through, we should try again to get food and water. This might be our last chance for a while. Does anybody have any spells that could create food and water? Anybody have anything like that?
I don't do magic.
You're the one with the books. And
Let
the
me
spells.
do a quick mental inventory of all of the things that I am able to do.
Let me help you with that. I can look at your character sheet. I didn't see anything on
I
there.
don't think I have anything.
Doop. See.
I can
here.
give someone the mind fire. Would that help? Does anyone want mind fire?
The mind fire.
Slimy
What
doom,
is-
perhaps?
Wait,
No,
you're a cleric, right?
you don't have it. No.
Do you want the slimy doom, Kieran?
What
No.
does that even mean?
It's a fantasy STD.
It's a creature begins to bleed uncontrollably. Slimy. I'm gonna take the plum out because Kieran mentioning that he had eaten the apple and then had the spider vision, or he had something, whatever. We all know that he was freaking out, even though he won't tell us it was a spider, even though we all know that it was something. Kieran, you're not fooling anyone. I'm gonna take the the plum out and say, Riddleston, are you able to recognize? I lost my Catherine Janeway voice there. I'm Captain Catherine Jane. Riddleston, are you able to recognize food from your plane?
Yes.
Would you please look at this plum and tell me whether or not it came from here?
Let me see this. Hmm. No. Although it has hints, but not fully.
Hints of what? Magic?
Yes. Faye. Just a slight.
Hmm.
Like a little bit. It's like a little elf.
Like a little elf. He is the little elf. I knew it.
No, he doesn't say that. But no, he says, yeah, but it's a sense that is got some similarities to this plane, but not fully.
Hmm.
Wasn't grown here, but he kind of hands it back. But it
With my
has
handbag.
connections.
Interesting.
Have you come across those who have Feywild connections? Who know how to grow in that particular style?
Well, we had a visitor at the camp the night that we were whisked away into this realm.
Interesting. What did they look like?
What did they look like? I'm
That's
gonna
what
look
I
around
just
at
said.
look around at
A little
everyone.
elf.
What did they look
spiky-
like? It's a good question. He's the man. The man has asked such a good question, and I feel that I'm doing so much talking. So I would love for someone else, perhaps.
Small ear points. He carried many things. He was a merchant. He was a young boy.
Part elf.
Little elf, just a little, not a lot of elf, just a little. I can't remember what he looks like. Was he wearing something?
He was definitely clothed. I do remember that.
He wore the clothes.
He was a clothes wearer.
Does he sound familiar?
There's a little elf with clothes.
Merchant? He was a merchant. He had many, many wares. His name
also-
was Elzina. Elzina.
I
Elzina.
didn't remember that.
Because I wrote it
Elisnar,
down.
Elisnar, something like that.
Elzna. His name was
All I remember
Elzna.
is he also did not like to be called a boy.
Yes, he was very sensitive when Sayeli was teasing him.
I mean, she teases me, and I can just relate to that just on a normal level.
If perhaps you spoke more clearly and just gave us a direct order of things without all this flim flam and magic, I wouldn't have to be so mean to you.
I've literally just said, "Follow me, I'll take you to a gala."
Yes, after you forced us into the Feywild against our will.
I was high. Can I speak to anybody else? Just anyone.
No, I think she speaks for the group.
No.
Talk to Neil. Neil is loving and he cares.
Riddlestan's taking us to a party, everyone.
But
We're doing something good here.
I've actually thought of
After
that, though.
forcing us here against our will.
And nobody likes to
Literal kidnapping.
That's life in the Gilded Glaive, everyone. You know that with these fanny packs comes a lot of baggage, and if you can't
Has anyone
handle it,
else here been kidnapped to a different plane of existence before? Raise your hand.
we're lucky.
Yes.
We're
No?
in the Feywild. This could be where magic came from.
I'm retiring after this.
Why don't you enjoy it?
If this is where magic came from, and Kieran's just like pointing to the barren sort of wasteland out in front of them, he's like, "I'm good.
I mean, yeah.
I'm good. It's a shithole out there."
This is like a vacation, and you're all ruining it. So please stop.
Ruining my
Okay.
time.
Neil, I find it hard to believe that I've ruined everything. I am trying to have as good of a time as I possibly can, despite the fact that you did attempt to kill me with your house.
You did drop a house on her, Neil.
You did, yes, you did drop a house on me.
You know, if we think about it, I have done no such violent act to any of our party members. Realistically, Neil, I would say you are more vicious than I am.
You are all so
And I
crabby.
kill people for a living.
I think you all need a snack. So I again say we should stop. Let's get some food and drinks. Something tells me all this complaining and Riddlestan blaming will cease. Okay?
Well,
gotta-
before we eat any fruit, is there any reason, Riddleston, that you would believe that if someone were to consume this plum that I have, that anything bad would happen to them?
Okay. I suppose you can like steps on like a little rock. Tips him up like an inch. Look. There are things, and you've probably known by now, that you will have to come in contact with. Seeing as how I can tell you things, none of you would believe me, as I've tried to tell you many things, and you've just threatened me with cannibalism and bodily harm.
If you told us anything useful,
Perhaps Neil had a very good point earlier. Maybe we should just make Riddleskin as honest as possible while we are not around, and he can make sure that this man is not a liar.
can one of you not just pray to your gods and make food, have them send us food?
I have no
Doesn't
gods.
quite- Doesn't quite work like that.
To answer your question,
Thank
if
you.
the more eating you do, as I've already said, the corrupted of this plane, the more you'll succumb to the creatures that inhabit it.
So we're just gonna have to suck it up. I have 2 vials of holy water. If you guys get really thirsty, it's Bacab flavored. I think you're gonna like it.
Kieran,
Bland and tasteless.
had you not been eating the apples that the merchant had before your terrible dreams?
I ate the one apple.
And you don't make it a habit of consuming things from the Fey wilds frequently, so it was your first encounter.
Yes.
So perhaps, unfortunately, we may not be able to eat things enough times before something bad happens to us. Perhaps just one time is enough.
I will eat something. Are there fruits in these trees?
I don't think we should eat anything, is my point.
Well,
If-
I'm not going to die here. From starvation, at least. Starvation is a very terrible way to go. I don't know if you've ever near starved before, but it is not fun.
Riddleston, can you tell if this plum has corrupted Fey magic?
No, because the corruption has nothing to do with the Fey magic, I don't think.
Oh, great.
All right. Is there anything around here we can eat, Riddleston? Is there?
Can we eat tree bark? I have many a time had to eat tree bark, and it isn't delicious, but it will get you to the next place.
I mean, you could attempt that. I wouldn't recommend it. There are a number of fruits and berries and deer that rabbits you could try and eat. I don't know. As I said many times, this place has become tainted, and to interact with beings is to inflict a true measure of psychosis.
Okay. Tell you what. I'm going to gather some fruit, and then you're going to eat some of it, Rabbit Boy. And we'll wait and
Man.
see if you die. And if you don't,
Unfortunately, I don't think
I'll
that
eat
will
some.
work either. He's been consuming foods from this plane presumably his whole life.
Yes.
If it's going to have a negative effect on us, we may be the only ones to suffer it.
well, at the very least, if he does not die outright from it, we'll know it's safe enough to a point.
Fine, bring upon me your food, and I will eat it slowly in front of you.
All right.
I'm gonna begin setting up camp. Are we camping
gonna-
here?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start setting
Kieran's
up
gonna
camp
go look for
while
food.
you go gather berries.
Kieran will recommend someone else also help look for food.
That's fine, I'll help.
Nice. You go together?
Oh, yeah, no, there's no I'm going by myself thing right now.
Okay, cool.
Everyone, make sure you
We
have
will
your
implement a buddy system.
your buddy. Yeah. Everyone, have your safety buddy with you.
Nice, I love it. So, just to expedite a few things, you're making camp. What are you doing now? Are you just making camp as well?
Yeah, I'll
Help me
set up
build a
camp
fire.
and apologize to Riddleston.
Yeah, he says, I don't know. And he's having like a little heart to heart with you. I try so hard,
I know.
and
You didn't do anything. You're just some guy.
yeah, I just hired to do something. I want my home fixed too. Anyway,
Please understand, Riddleston, that this is a very stressful situation, and tempers will be flaring, nerves will be thin. And at the end, we may be able to come together, but for now, we may just all have to put up with each other's grumpiness.
Does Elizabeth
Hmm.
Law have like a write-up system? Like,
oh
you know,
yeah,
you get written up for
Oh,
bad
yeah.
I will happily listen to your
Okay.
complaints and forward them to Elizabeth Law. when we
there's a
get-
HR department. Don't worry.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. We could, if it comes to it.
CL has been written up many times.
I would not mention that to the other two, that you're going to. No one likes a narc, Neil. All right? Just keep that between you and me. I won't tell anyone.
It's not gonna get better. If,
It's real life issues right here.
Listen,
um,
Neil, I really want you to go far in this company, but I think if you just bring this up to someone else, this could really hurt your career.
I love it. So as you're all finding berries, that's easy. You can easily find berries. But what isn't easy is let's seeing if Kyron can pass me this Constitution save at a disadvantage. As you suddenly feel incredibly queasy, and like you feel like you're gonna be sick. You get that like
I'm
wet
not.
mouth.
gonna guess I'm not within 10 feet of Neil for this.
no.
No, just constantly follow me around.
20.
Nice. You feel yourself like, "Oh." But you push it down for now.
What was that? What did you just do?
I hate this place.
hate this place too, but please do not die on me. I'm not a strong person. I don't think I can carry you back. And I am not too weak to eat another person.
Trust me, I don't die that easily.
So are we climbing trees or what? You're pretty tall. I'm sure you could give me a boost. I could reach a tree branch quite easily.
Yep. Here you go.
Yep.
One
Nice.
arm. Just whoosh.
Nice. And I think we just see like a montage of you like gathering berries and stuff. Is there anything you wanted to particularly do, like chat about while you're doing it, or you can just like fast forward that?
I think
So,
we're agreed that we don't trust Riddleston, right? Like,
I don't trust anything. I don't trust the eye on your face. I don't trust the plums that we collect. I do not trust men who turn into rabbits and have horns and cloppy feet. I trust none of this. I trust, if I'm going to trust in magic, it's going to be long studied and well trusted. I don't trust in the gods. I don't trust in the fae.
agreed.
So I think no matter what, we must make sure that Seraphina and Neil do not fall because of their kindness. We have to watch them. They're not as hardened as we are. So we must make sure they do not die by the hands of the fae.
Yep. Sounds good.
But we are making Riddleston eat these fruits first.
Yes, we are.
Let's go back to the camp then. I think we have enough for at least 2-3 days.
Yep. All right, I guess we head back to camp.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, you have a handful. It'll probably take you about like 2-3 days. We'll say 3 just for rounding out properly. And as you're gathering berries, as you and Seraphina are making camp, as you're like digging out the area, to, like put the do you guys have tents or like sleeping bags? What do you guys have? So I know. You can just say either one, whichever one you'd like. Not a big deal.
I think we probably just do like bedrolls.
Bedrolls, okay.
I have on my sheet, I've got a 2-person tent and a bedroll.
Nice.
He had a
Candle.
house at one point.
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did have a
True.
house at one
Yeah,
point,
that's
yeah.
true. Yeah, I mean, he still has a house. It just isn't put together.
Worst moment.
Yeah, it was the
soon.
best moment. It
Too
was great.
soon.
So yeah, as you're doing this, you're kind of digging out the area for the fire pit, Seraphina. As you're digging through the dirt, you feel this clump, and as you feel this clump, you kind of move it away, and you see the severed head of a young girl. And then you see another one kind of burrow up of like a young man, and then another one, and another one. And suddenly, about 30 feet around of you, you just see severed heads.
Is everyone back, or is it just Neil and I?
So this is at the same time they're gathering stuff. So it's just Neil and Riddleston. You just see this.
I'm gonna slowly rise and say, does anyone else see anything peculiar?
Do I see anything?
It's funny you'd say that because as you go to look, you feel your eyes start to shrink and seal.
Mine or his?
His, Neil, and you feel that the eye is just completely flat, and that you can't see anything. You can't see or read or study or do anything.
I'm gonna try to like. Is my eye still there? I'm gonna poke it.
You feel just like flesh, like bone. It's just like sealed over. You see him. He looks fine, Seraphina.
Oh.
I'm just watching him poke his eye.
Yeah, he's just jabbing his finger in his eye, but he doesn't seem to notice.
Neil, stop that.
I don't want to alarm you, but I can't see anything right now. Are my eyes still there, Seraphina?
Neil, your eyes are still there. Please stop putting your finger in them.
Just saying that this is a problem because I can't see anything.
I'm going to Neil, I'm coming towards you. Don't move, but when you feel something touching your face, it is just me.
Yes. Seraphina, run me a dex save.
God damn it. If I get fucked up by one of these skeletons, do I have advantage or disadvantage or what?
Just normal.
You'd think you have a +3 from Neil, though.
Hoppa! Oh, ha!
So you're able to get to Neil, but you see these like severed heads, mouths open, and the tongues like lash out and try and wrap around you, and you're able to like move through them.
Neil,
Most of them are just saying, screaming out, "Why?"
don't move. I'm coming for you, and I'm just like going to very slowly make my way towards Neil and like be staring at him and try not to look at the ground. And when I get to him, I'm gonna touch his face.
Do
I'm gonna poke his eyes gently. Can you feel my hands, Neil?
Do I feel anything?
no, you just feel her touching like the indent of like this eye socket.
Weird. It feels like I have no eyes. I'm gonna try. I have this power called Cleansing Touch.
Mm-hmm.
As an action, I can end one spell on myself. I don't know if this is a spell. I just figure I'll try it.
Yeah.
So I'll try.
You try it and nothing happens. You sense no spell on you.
This is not good.
No, it's not. Not good at all.
Not sure what to do about this.
Kieran, say Ali.
Hey, I've got Lesser Restoration. I don't know if this will work, but I'll try it. I'll cast Lesser Restoration on myself. It ends one condition. It could be blindness, deafness, paralyzation, or poison. So I'll try that. See if it does anything.
Nothing happens.
Oof. This isn't normal magic.
So are we back at this point?
We're
Yeah,
walking
so-
up as he's shouting, "This isn't normal magic!"
Basically, yeah.
I think
As I'm
Kieran,
like touching his face.
Yeah.
Kieran pulls his maul.
What
out.
happened here? I'm not taking any steps closer. What happened?
Well, it appears that two completely separate things have happened. I myself am hallucinating. It appears that Neil feels that he doesn't have any eyes, which is also a type of hallucination. So perhaps we are in fact both hallucinating.
Did you eat anything while we were gone?
No,
What did you touch?
the dirt.
Don't touch the dirt.
What?
Don't touch anything. Why are you touching things?
I was
Rabbit
digging
boy.
for some
Sit,
reason.
sit and close your eyes and put your hands over your head like this and just take deep breaths until everything goes away. Stop doing drugs here.
Are you not seeing anything? Nothing. There's nothing in this campsite that you can see.
I see two confused Gilded Glaive members touching each other's faces, and I see a very confused creature watching it all happen. Everyone sit down. Just sit.
Rabbit boy,
I'm not sitting.
Yes.
Why?
what's going on?
Why aren't you sitting? Why can't you sit?
I don't know.
Is the ground lava, Seraphina?
If it were lava, it wouldn't matter if I was sitting or if I was standing in it, but I
Well,
think
if
I'll
it's
just stand.
If it's a hallucination, just sit. If it's
I'm not going
real,
to sit. I'm just going to stand. It's fine.
why aren't you going to sit?
And I think the more that I'm talking about this, I'm like, it's fine. No, I'm standing.
Bailey?
I'm just gonna stand.
hear
It's
that?
fine. I'm standing.
No, just Seraphina. And at this point, you get this uncontrollable urge just to vomit. Kyron?
Yeah, I think I just do vomit.
No, Kyron. So that's
Okay.
like vomiting.
Great.
Now in front of everyone. You held it down before where you were just alone, but now you're just all together and you start like vomiting out, and you all just see this like spew of like bile and just like it's like stomach contents. But what you see, Kyron, is that you're spewing out, and as you're spewing out this like black dark ichor, spiders are just like falling out of your mouth.
Ah.
Oh, Neil, you should be so happy that you can't see what's happening right now.
But everyone else just sees vomit.
Neil can't see anything. What do you see, Seraphina?
I see
Ah.
Puke
Giant-
quieter.
snakes everywhere, and I really don't like snakes.
Snakes. It's like
Snakes.
snakes in this plane.
Yeah, there's
Rabbit-
snakes.
My
Rabbit boy,
favorite.
what are you doing?
I'm just
Rabbit-
freaking out. What the fuck? And as he says that, it slowly starts dissipating when you just see ground. You can see again, and it's just vomit.
Gonna go to rabbit point. I'm gonna start strangling.
Wait.
What?
Kieran, that's not going to solve anything.
Kieran.
I loosen up a little bit so that he can at least breathe.
Riddleskin, I'm sorry for being mean to you. I'm going to continue to be mean to you, but I am terribly sorry for it. I am extremely tense. We will get through this quickly, and I assure you I will pay you handsomely as an apology. I will give you all of my share of the gold so long as we get out of here alive. I am sorry for being mean. I will continue to be mean.
Okay.
Please do not kill our guide, Kieran. We will die out here.
I'm not sorry for being mean to you.
I will not give you my girl.
Know that me letting you live
Is a means to an end, Kieran. Release him. Kieran.
I set him down on the ground again.
Oh. Oh.
If you can't
What is
tell,
going
Riddleskin,
on?
we were forced into a situation where we are slowly dying. It may not affect you, but it is harming us greatly.
Well, you've all succumbed to it now, so I guess I should just be honest.
I grab him again. You.
Honest?
What was the
As in-
point in not being honest with us before now?
Poor choice of words. I mean, I should just tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be like, okay, Neil. I'm gonna set Riddleston down. Riddleston, you are not going to move. I'm gonna
Okay.
go stand over here. You're gonna do your stupid little spell, Neil.
And we're all going to be honest.
Except for me, I'm over here.
No, we're all staying here.
Well,
No
can I
one
see?
leave.
Can I see now? Or
You
am
can
I
see
still-
now,
Yeah.
yeah, it's past.
You have
That
eyes
was-
again.
That was bad. Okay, so we're gonna do a. You want me to make like a zone where everybody speaks the truth?
You stupid little zone, yes.
Okay.
He can only speak the truth if it's asked of us.
I
so
really
no
want to
one-
like
not-
draw
not
out.
compulsive truth. Don't everyone just start spilling no secrets.
I want to make a bunch of rocks. If you step inside this zone,
Neil,
That's
you
gonna
have to
take
tell
forever. That's gonna take so long.
We're running out of time, Neil.
And here's a rock, and here's a rock.
It's like a
Alright.
30, it's like a 30-foot radius, isn't it?
it's a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point. Of
Riddleston
my
Hampshire.
choice. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, it can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius.
Mm-hmm. So you can't
know-
deliberately lie, but you don't have to like tell the truth all the time.
So
and you can
I
choose your
know
wording.
whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw. They're aware of the spell and can avoid answering questions.
So
they want.
great.
They can be evasive as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth.
Yes, please ask
but
this
I
fey
think, I
creature.
think my ring of mind shielding protects me from this, doesn't it?
So does my ring of mind shielding. It very well does. And I think Neil will be able to tell we're both wearing them, I think, though. I think he'll be able to
But
tell.
when we say, but he can't tell whether or not we're lying, right?
Right.
Yeah, so like I think he knows he's not affected by it.
Right.
I believe.
So we can ask about it, but we don't have to tell him.
I'm trying to see if the Ring of Ryan reading actually stops people from reading your mind, or like
Yeah,
or
they
shields
can't.
know
you.
it.
They can't read your thoughts, determine whether you are lying, know your alignment, or know your creature type.
Oh yeah, so they can't determine if you're lying then. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
What do we want? What do we want to ask our friend?
Many things.
All right, Riddlestan, go ahead. Tell us what you were going to tell us. let it all out.
Okay.
Well, he has to
Important.
make a save first.
Neil,
right?
do you know if he saved or not?
Oh, I don't know. So he's got to make a charisma saving throw. The
Mhm.
DC's the 16.
I will make it. I would do a
Oh no!
I'm not at disadvantage.
16.
Okay.
Nice.
So 16 exactly.
Plus, you would get the save, right? Because you're an ally.
Yeah.
The free plus free if he wants to give it to you at this point. Yeah, I will make a GM roll for this character. D20.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was muted when I coughed just now, guys.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm not remembering if I'm muting correctly for my calls.
You feel he is unaffected.
Oh.
For those at home, I rolled a 19, natural 19.
All right. Looks like he beat the zone, everybody. That's a bummer.
But I will just tell you the truth. I'm not here to
Riddleston.
lie at you.
Riddleston, I know you can. If you do not fail this on purpose, I grab my maul.
Fine. Okay.
What has happened?
Let it wash upon me. And he takes hold of him. God, you're all just terrible people.
We are. We are the
I'm
worst.
not
people.
arguing with that point.
Go ahead. Tell us what you want to tell us.
Ian. Now that you've all succumbed to this thing, I was hoping you might be tough enough to withstand it, seeing as how you were sent to help. Seeing as how you're not, I might as well warn you. Some time ago, there was an individual, an outsider like yourself. This was so long ago now. He brought with him a gift. His name was Sadash. Dark robes, a traveler. A merchant, he said. A wanderer. And he offered to bring with him the gifts of his realm. A gala he was in, and said that if we took this seed and planted it with the stone of beauty that he had, an orchard would grow across the land. And beautiful, ripe fruits of a different plane. And they waited, showed them the techniques, and all of the lords and ladies grew their own orchards. But once it did, the prize was won. It's terrible. This prize grew, seeping into the lands the roots of this rotten seedling grows, strangling the dirt to make its bed, to twist and turn the Feywild's head. And once at last the apples grew, the wait was over, the gala through. Creatures came from far and wide to taste these morsels of ripe redded time. Cut and ripped in apple stew, dipped in numerous golden dew. Teared and ripped the sprites in two. Candied sweets for boys and girls. The ladies laughed, and so did the earls. The lords withdrew their swords so quick, moved the bound, and you get the idea. But the tale is told. Only me now can remember. The lords and ladies grew distant and disdain. The fair world's gone. These apples that grew, these orchards, slew the minds of the lords and the ladies, and this is the realm in which they call home. This is the madness. But yes, simply being here, you will succumb. Eating the food, you will succumb. Seeing its creatures, you will succumb. Everyone does.
What about you? Have you succumbed?
Yes. Quite fully. Irreversibly.
And you were asked to bring us here because you think that we can stop it.
Not me. The one who contacted me. I don't know who that is. But they said you could help.
You know, you could have just said that from the beginning, right? Like, I don't know why you felt.
I would have
the
probably
need.
been a lot nicer to you if you had used the sympathy vein instead of the.
I already told you that the land was corrupted and I needed your help.
Yes, but you were a playful rabbit who dragged us into the Feywilds.
You keep making excuses why not to trust me. I can't help you if you don't trust me. I keep telling you the truth. I mean, I'd tell you all at once, but it was for your own protection.
You could have started with this. I really feel like you could have started with this.
Whether or not he could have is beside the point. He didn't. We're here now. We have all been affected by this rot that spreads throughout the Feywilds. If I hadn't been inclined to help him before, which I was, I must admit that I find myself completely sympathetic. I think we should continue forward.
Fuck it. I mean, we're not getting out of here anytime soon. It's gonna happen whether or not. And I think at this point, Kieran takes one of the, like, I don't know if we found some apples or something.
Yeah.
And Kieran's just gonna start eating. I was like, fuck it. I don't plan on.
His whole poem was just about the apples.
Said it's gonna happen regardless. So
So you're
I'm
just
not going to bed.
speed up the process?
I don't plan on dying here. So
eat the apple. That's a great way to circumvent the plan not to die here.
bring it on, is what I say. And I will eat
Warriors.
an apple. At least I'm not going to bed hungry.
You eat the apple.
Yeah, it's a
Stupid rabbit.
I should also tell you.
Not to eat the apples.
Yes, that was quite bad. I'm sorry. I really should just keep talking. I'm not alive. I'm not dead either. I'm an echo. I am the last embodiment of the world's whimsy and fun.
Wow.
So could I actually strangle you if I tried? Like, would that have actually worked?
Kieran.
No, but I
Kieran,
liked the
let's
feel
chill
of
us.
it.
Let-
Wow.
Kieran just walks away at this point, eating his apple.
Well, I'm sorry I was so mean to the Feywild's only joy. I still hate Fey magic, but I won't be. Stop. Stop. You're making it far worse for me. Riddles.
Is
My
there
sweet-
anything? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. You talk. She grabs like a handful of random small fruits and just jams them into her mouth. Vein starting to like form.
No, everything seems fine for now.
Is there anything that we can do to slow, if not halt, the progress?
That is truly something I don't know. Every being I've ever known has succumbed to this in some way.
We're what, 3 rises away from Lord Iridescence?
Yes.
Okay.
While you're being honest, are you taking us to it? Should we be ready to kill this guy? Like, or is this a dangerous party you're taking? Like, I'd like to know.
I
so
truly
can at
don't
least be
know.
prepared.
After they killed all the fairies and pixies that day, I haven't been back.
So what you're saying is yes, basically, just be ready to kill everything. Cool, got that. I can do that.
I can touch him, right?
You can touch him.
Okay. I'm going to touch him. And I'm going to cast Remove Curse just to see if it does anything.
Nothing happens. I understand what you're trying to do. Do not think standard magic can just help me.
Okay, well, I think we should make camp and get ready. We got to get to this place as fast as possible, right?
Yes, and I was trying to say this before the whole rush to tell the truth, but I was thinking on it, and I do, if you wish to make a good impression with Iridescence's gala, you should wear the proper attire. As mad as they are, they still have some of that whimsy within them.
What if we don't have the clothes?
Do we have to go shopping?
I don't know. Perhaps he will not see you, or perhaps they will just be less inclined to listen.
Oh, well, we'll figure something out.
I do have some fine clothes. I don't know if they're fine enough for the Fae, but we shall see.
I do know a place,
Oh, boy.
but
Is it on the way?
yes.
Is it in the burning forest? I mean,
We have to go in there anyway. Did you manage to get any water, you two?
Were we
Did
to
we?
hunt for water? I brought fruit.
We can squeeze the fruit for that fruit water.
How
Ah,
large is
yes.
burning wood?
Oh, it will take us, once we leave it, we'll be on the outskirts of the Grand Castle.
So it's a lot of fire.
More like heat.
well, is it safe to drink the water? Is it safe to drink the water here?
Safe as anything else. It won't kill you, but it will twist your
Hey.
mind.
Does it rain here?
Not
Maybe we
in-
could leave out like a barrel or a container or something. And if it rains, it'll fill up with water.
It won't
Yes,
rain
let me
in
pull out
burning
my
wood.
conveniently placed barrel in
Well,
my
just like
attack.
a bucket or something, you know?
Neil, why don't you're very strong, Neil. Go get some water. Do you want me to come with you?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
No one should travel alone.
Do you want to go with him to get water? Last time he went to get water, I
I
hear.
won't let him talk
a
to
house.
anything magical.
But
Drop
good
him
luck trying to get him not to talk to anything magical. It's not.
I will silence the boy.
All right, let's go. I'll look at Riddlestan like,
I try.
I know, right?
Seraphina, don't let Kieran kill Riddleston. I know he can't die, but please don't let him kill him.
All right.
Not gonna kill him.
Be back in what I would believe to be 30 minutes, which is
Is it-
completely
is it-
subjective.
Is it dark? Is
No,
it nighttime?
it is
Oh, okay.
bright and sunny.
Okay. All right, let's go get some water.
It's always bright and sunny, as you know.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, so we'll just do a little side wipe here as you guys go off to get water. And you guys do that. Before we take our break, I would like Kieran to roll me a will save with advantage now. You've gotten quite used to things.
No, doesn't matter.
Nice. Well, give me another insanity there, boy.
Oh, lovely.
And
Thank you.
Sayele,
Keep it up.
give me one. It's a disadvantage because it's the first time you've eaten anything here.
Damn.
Taking over insanity. And yeah, as you all go off to get water, the dark and grey of the forest, the hues seem to darken even more. Maybe it's just your outlook and vision on life, or maybe it's the surrounding area. Who knows? But that's where we'll take our break. See you all in 5. Bye. We're back. Hello, 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 everybody. Here we are. Wait, you kind of seem off center a bit heavily, and I got it. Cool. My end. Cool. So yeah, here we are, and I believe we can just kind of cut back. You guys get the water. The thing is gone. There's like another stream nearby, another babbling brook. It babbles as you pick up the water. I will say that you took everyone's canteens and you filled it up, and you have 3 days worth. Same with the food of stuff. So yeah, so you guys will have water to traverse. And then I think during that night, if no one wants to do anything, I think we'll just skip forward to everyone fully rested.
Okay.
And now you guys can decide if you want to pass this like shimmering pharaoh, like whenever it's like hot and you kind of see like the wave of the air, it's like that, but like this long span, and then past it there's just this mass of like grey, and I'll give you guys descriptors and stuff if you guys move forward.
Well, we have to pass her, right? We don't have a choice.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you know what I mean.
Yeah. Like Kieran will go forward.
We should
Walk
go
through.
2 abreast.
One by one.
No,
Okay.
2, not 1 by 1, but 2 by 2.
5
All right,
by
Neil,
5.
you're up here with me.
Okay.
Fairly, it's you and me.
Come here, bonus boy.
Don't do anywhere, bonus boy.
Nice. Yeah, so you're like move through, and as you all move through, just this wash of heat hits you all. Those who are in like plate, you're like just like stepping through for like 10 paces, you're like sweating. All of you are just like sweating. You get like this like massive dry mouth like straight away. You see around you that the land is just covered in this like thick ash. Every like flower, plant, or tree is just like the shape but in ash, like it was a flash fire, and the form is still there. Trees that extend like high up into the air like look so fragile that if you bumped into it or touched it just a little bit, it would crumble beneath.
Kieran touches one.
It
with his ball.
crumbles and you're covered in ash. Just completely ash, and it's hot and sticky, so it sticks to you, and like when you try to wipe it off, it just like smears. So you have that now.
Kieran, please do not destroy the landscape. We're here to fix it.
It's nice and
I mean, I get the feeling that these trees here are fucked.
the sky above is like bright blue. It's like no clouds, and you see the sun. It's unnervingly close. It feels like you're seeing like a big moon, and it's like rising like right near. But this is like the sun, and you feel it like almost like baking your skin, like crackling bacon. As you kind of move forward, you see these flashes of particles in the air, gold, purple, orange, all just being trod up as you're walking, as you kick through these blankets of ash. It covers like your your shoes or whatever you're wearing, and as you're walking, you're kind of kicking it up, and these like particles rise up. And this is happening through most of the day, but just the hours that you feel are passing, it's just constant heat. Nothing is around.
Despite all the ash, do we still all have perfect vision?
Yes.
Okay.
But I will have everyone roll me a constitution.
Saving throw
Don't
or check?
Save, sir.
Don't forget your +3 from Neil.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, a whole 9.
28.
Nice.
21.
So everyone,
+90 Constitution, Tommy. Holy shit!
All my Constitution saves, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
super great. Yeah, so everyone except for Bree takes 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh.
Just
Oh,
being
what does
here.
Bree take?
Bree takes 1 level of exhaustion. Sorry,
Oh.
everyone but Bree takes 1 level of exhaustion. The rest of you are just like taking your water, kind of sipping it down. But Bree just feels like extra. Sayali feels extra tired. But as long as you can like rest and like maybe make some shade when you're resting, you can drink your water and you'll be fine. But until then, you're 1 level of exhaustion. And as you're moving through, Riddleston is just like skipping and happy and.
Riddleston,
Can I
do you not
punch
feel
him?
the effects of heat or exhaustion?
I mean, I would have pretended to, but now you know the truth. No.
Yeah, because my next question was going to be if you were just pretending to be choked by Kieran all those times.
I didn't want him to feel bad.
No, now I just feel worse.
Seems to have like masculinity issues.
I'm not talking to Wilson today. I'm just,
You can whisper to you, Sally. I mean, did you see how he's wearing his fanny pack?
How much longer until we're out?
Be nice, Riddlestan. Riddlestan, you're the thing of whimsy, right? So say
Mhm.
something. Be whimsical.
He's
I
not
feel
a
like being an
clown. He
asshole
can
and
just
being a
perform
whimsical
for
aren't
us on
mutually
demand.
exclusive.
Hey, does anybody know a song? We can.
Please don't
No.
sing. Please.
No.
Just how much longer?
Hey, could you like row your boat? You know.
I think that's a great idea. It's great for morale. Oftentimes, when soldiers are traversing through difficult plains, they sing broady tunes to help them.
Brody?
I will punch the first person who starts singing in the windpipe.
Oh, the was no, no, he doesn't sing.
There he goes.
I punch you.
It doesn't do anything.
I don't care. I'm still punching him.
No, he does. He doesn't sing because he just says, "There are still creatures that live out here, though, so I'm not going to sing." But yes,
How
Yeah,
do you
what he
all
said.
still have the energy to make jokes in this ungodly heat?
It's a good question because we're all wearing armor, and I assume that you're wearing like leather spandex.
Yeah.
it just built for it.
I can hardly breathe.
And Redstone says, "Well, don't worry. We only have 3 rises for this, so
In this heat?
This.
yes. That's why I said it was important to get water. But once we get past it, and if we at a hop pace, we could at least make it 2.5, or maybe just 2."
Does anyone have a spell? Neil, do you have a spell that summons a giant warhorse, perhaps?
No.
I'm just thinking about how I could have chosen that spell that makes.
I almost chose it!
I also almost chose it, and I was like, I've always picked it, and I've never once used it. And
That's
this
why I
time
was like,
"That'd
I
be
would
fun."
love this, but it would be so useless if I get it. I'll never use it.
The cleric, you can like.
Fuck me sideways.
I mean, you could choose it tomorrow.
As you're all walking through this, and these just bits of ash and particles of like different colored lights, they're the only thing bringing any kind of color to the area, because everything else is just this gray, blackish ash. And as you're kind of moving through, like half of the day, you will just hear just throughout the distance.
Sound good.
Riddleston, are there multiple creatures here in this plane that make that sound?
Yes, I told you. That's why I wasn't going to sing. There are still creatures that live out here.
This place so much.
Those things you were fighting, they prefer it here.
Oh, I'm so much more used to the northern cold than I am this heat.
Hey. Maybe we can make you an umbrella.
An umbrella for the heat?
Yeah. Well, the
I
sun.
I
wouldn't
think
be-
that would only work if the heat were coming from a direct source, and I feel like perhaps it's just permeating this entire area.
Do you know? Do you know any spells like chill touch?
No.
Water just
I
shoots out
have
your fingers.
absolutely nothing that would be remotely useful.
Good.
Less hypnotic pattern. I could hypnotize you into thinking you're not hot.
You're on a nice cold island.
I also, I have this feeling that, I've seen someone use that spell before. I don't think that has the effect you think it has. I think it makes you less alive.
I think
Yeah,
you're right.
less of a person.
Yeah.
Off in the distance, you see this like grand tower, and it seems to kind of like as you're walking, it seems to kind of like match your orientation. And it just seems to be floating in the air, and this like rock, and there's like different other rocks like floating by it. You also hear those sounds again, and everyone's run me perception checks.
Perception checks.
There it is.
There's the 0. That's the number I love.
Wow. I've rolled a
Oh.
significant number of nat ones today.
Nice.
Roll a lot of zeros.
Powerful amount of nat ones.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, that's all you see is this floating tower.
How far away is it?
It seems to like match your distance. It never seems to get any closer as you're walking by it. It seems to be off in the distance, and as you kind of like no matter which way you go, you can always kind of see it in your vision. It's like one of those like weird paintings that always have like the same orientation. Riddles down kind of speaks up and just says, "Oh, that's the place. Yeah, that's the place I was talking about."
Does anyone else? Oh wait, we don't notice the effect
What effect?
that it's not getting any closer.
No, you will see that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except for me, I think.
Does anyone else notice that it doesn't appear to be getting any closer?
That what's getting any closer?
That giant tower. Kieran, can you not see the giant tower?
Oh. I've just been kind of
Nothing.
looking at the wasteland here.
Is your
Oh.
eye
Magical
feeling
trick.
I'm
okay?
fine.
Is your eye feeling okay? Have you checked in with your eye today?
I'm fine.
Are we being tricked? Is there?
I can lead you there if you want to go there. It's just an
Me-
option.
Is it the kind of thing where you have to walk backwards to actually get there?
What is there?
Or-
Why would we want to go there?
That's the place that has the clothes I suggested.
Oh,
Then we have to go there, don't we?
Right?
Yeah, though we.
I think if
said
we're
we had
going
go
to show
there.
up in foreign dignitaries party, we should at least look the part. I mean, we need to make a good impression.
Just then, because no one's noticed, because everyone fed the perception checks, you all feel this rumbling, and this is just part of me narrating. You feel this rumbling, and you feel these like hands grab at you through the ash, and you hear, and they're all going to attack each one of you. So, let's see. One is they're gonna get their attack. So one's gonna be on Kyron. They get their like full attack.
I have
so
a question.
Mhm.
Is this considered a surprise round?
it is.
Okay, because I can rage to break surprise and act.
Ooh, nice.
So-
So yeah, okay. Everyone else is surprised, but
Yeah.
you hear this and you're like, oh shit, grr! Muscles on.
Not again.
Yeah, you turn your muscles on and they attack you at no advantage. 22, that hits you.
Yes, that'll hit.
So you take that damage and they hit you again. Take that damage. And hit you again. Misses. Another one burrows up near you. Sally. See. This has advantage. Oh, I should put advantage on it. Because it is hitting you. 25
Oof.
hits. So you take
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And then hits again. That hits you again. And then last one. Damage you again.
Those are all for me?
Yep.
Whew.
As you see 2 of those leg old man come out, and you just hear them both go.
Oh my God.
And they bring up their baby hands and they're like trying to claw at you. Everyone roll me initiative. As now you have 2 of them.
It doesn't attack me and Neil?
No, so each one of them get like 3 attacks.
Oh.
So they had like the full like a round. It was like a surprise round.
Hmm.
So reheat your tokens and give me that good stuff. These ones seem smaller than the ones you were fighting now.
Oh, that's good. Oh, wow. Another really low one. What is with my initiative today?
Okay, so
Yeah. Y'all are having some trouble with your initiative rolls.
yeah, I know, right? You got some issues. So yeah, this one is it's going to attack you, cause they surprised y'all. Ooh, 20, nice. And okay, oops. Oh, it didn't do like 2 of them. Let me add it. That and then a 20. Nice. So, one of them goes first. And as they kind of come up, they seem like smaller, but the old man face is like still there. And he just kind of like stares at all of you. Like it has like these like big wide eyes, almost like the first layer of the eye socket has just been like peeled away, the skin, and you just see like the eyeball itself. So yeah, this one's going to come up and like they're like around you. You see this one next to you, Kyron, and he's just like and this is going to like try and attack you. You're all extended together, right? So it's going to mix up his attacks between Kyron and Seraphina.
How many are there? 4?
2.
2. Okay, just 2, and they each make 2 attacks.
You each make 3.
Okay.
Each have 3 attacks. Not advantage anymore. So let me just pop that off real quick. One's gonna go to Kyron, who's raging. So you take half of that. One's gonna go to Seraphina. Don't take half of that. And then the other one's gonna go to what's its reach? 5 feet. Yeah, so everyone's gonna go back to Kyron. Nice. Okay, so you take half of 23.
Yeah, okay, only.
But I take the full damage, right?
You take the full damage, yeah. He's barbarian, so he's raging.
Okay.
And that's its turn, as it just like glares at you. It's your turn.
My turn. Lovely.
Hello.
Cool.
You
Cool
go
beans.
first.
I'm just gonna start playing whack-a-mole with these things. And I'm going to reckless great weapon master the one that's been attacking me.
Nice. Roll me. Oh.
Does an 11 hit?
No, it doesn't. But make me a will
Oh
save.
God, not again.
As they look at you like.
Plus, yeah, I've got the +3 on this from Neil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
She's done it for 1 round.
Damn it. Keep forgetting that.
I'll say that happens after the attack, so
Yeah.
you're still raging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you're stunned after you like swing and a miss. You kind of like tense up.
Yeah.
You see your
I'm not
more dip.
Yeah, Kieran's not wise, so totally forgot.
Oh fuck this one. But yeah, you give me an intelligence check, Kieran. Actually, everyone give me an intelligence check, by the way. Where you fight this thing.
Oh, why I'm still on. That's a 2 for me.
Oh,
Not advantage.
poor boy.
That's another 1. That was another nat 1.
Poor boy. Poor boy. yeah. So you guys only need a 10 to pass. You guys realize that because you've been fighting this and you guys are trained mercs, that this effect's only been happening when you've like looked at them. So if you were to like avert your gaze and attack, you probably wouldn't get the effects, but your attacks would be at like disadvantage, but you wouldn't be affected by like the gaze of it. And yeah, so Ellie, you realize this as it's your turn.
What if we were to blind them?
Quick question. Would this? Hold on, can I open it? Sorry. Would I be able to use this ability as not looking at these creatures so long as I can hear
If
them?
you are able to hear, you are aware of the location of any hidden or invisible creatures within 10 feet. Yeah.
Obviously they're not
Yep.
visible, but I have. Okay.
Yeah, like I'll say that's blind sense. So like you can like use your training to hear the vibrations in the ground and they're making enough noise. So you
Cool.
close
So-
your eyes and woosah.
Yeah, so she's gonna do one stabby with her dagger of venom. At the one near her.
That hits,
And it's going to do 17 damage.
and you get sneak attack because
And
allies.
there's someone around, so we do 23 sneak attack damage. And then she's just going to use her other dagger as a bonus action, and she's going to hit it.
That
17 hit.
hits. Yeah, that hits.
I only do sneak attack damage for one, right? Or do I-
Once around, yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna do that, and I think that's all she wrote, folks.
What's do you do the poison damage?
That's the 10 damage right there. So it's 17 plus 23 plus 7.
Okay, cool. And you is that just a normal? That's a normal weapon, right? It's not magical or anything.
The
Just poison.
second dagger was not. The dagger of venom is a magic item, yes.
Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah. So you hit it, and it looks bad. It looks very bad as it is like. You see like black pus, like globule out.
Well, I can't see anything. My eyes are closed.
Oh
also,
right, yeah.
just to point out for everyone, Sally looks like garbage trash. On top of the exhaustion, she looks so messed up that like a strong breeze will take her out. In case you have healing abilities and you were worried about the life of Sally. She
Nice.
looks like she may not make it.
Remember, you get 2 attacks though because of your level.
Shit. I keep forgetting that.
Mhm.
So she's gonna do another stab with her dagger of venom.
Yep.
What's up?
That hits. Nice.
So that's what, 17 more? This dagger of venom is very nice. A nice stabby dagger.
Nice. So yeah, you jab in. We see you kind of flurry around, and your hand kind of dips in between these like legs, and like you jab up, and you just hear, and you like dip out, and like we see, everyone else like we see this as the viewers like you drop down dead. You get it.
There we go. Excellent. Did I get it?
So that one's dead. Oh, I can't change it. Yeah, so the next up is Seraphina, because that one just died.
Okay.
I think I'm next. I'm not in the.
Did you not? Oh, did it not go up?
No, I can't get my token in there.
That's because you put the token there. And
Did you click your token?
no.
And then do thing? I can just do it for you. Hold on.
Thanks.
What was it? Which one's your token? Can you just move it around for me?
I think it was a 5.
Yeah, it's a 5.
Which one is your token?
I don't know, man. I don't see any tokens on this.
His is the one on the left. His is the person on the
I just put
unknown
like, I just
person
put
on the
a
left.
new one. Put a new one down at the top.
Thank
by
you.
Mr. Byron Girls.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. So what do you do, Neil?
All right. So she's hurt really bad. So I'll give Sally I'll lay on hands as an action.
Okay.
She'll get 55 hit points back. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith.
Nice.
This will give Sally a +2 to her AC. And I'm going to make sure I'm next to as many people as possible because I have a reaction where I can use my shield to force disadvantage on an attacker on one attack. So I'm just going to be ready to do that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can totally do that. It's just the one left now anyway, so
Okay.
you can totally do that.
That's it.
Nice. You cast those spells, and then Seraphina, this one in front of you, just looks at you like.
Okay, I'm going to. So I saw Neil heal Saily, so I'm like, all right, taken care of. I gotta do that. So I'm gonna pull out my sword and I'm gonna hit it.
Okay.
with
Do you divert your gaze?
No, because I want to make sure I hit it.
Okay. Run me a wisdom save.
But I can't see. Okay. +3 because
17.
I'm next to Neil.
Yeah. You passed that.
Nice.
Okay.
Looks at you like.
Roll man yourself. Okay. So I'm gonna hit it with my sword of wounding,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna channel my divine energy into it. So first, let me roll. Where is it? Wait, but it's a 1, so I can re-roll because I have great weapon fighting.
Okay. Cool. Wait. Is that on the damage or on a damage die?
Yep. When you roll a 1 or a 2 on damage die.
Yeah. So that's damage die, not the roll to hit.
Oh. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, a lot of ones this session.
Yeah. So you get 2 attacks though because of your level.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my extra attack. That really bummed. That really took the wind
Gusto.
out.
That one hits though.
Good. So I'm gonna do.
Good. I feel
I'm gonna
better.
hit that, and then I'm gonna add my divine strike, which is an additional 10.
Nice. Oh shit. Also, I forgot to give you the damage. I'll give that in a minute. Kyron. Nice. Yeah. So 22.
And then it'll take 1d4 necrotic damage if it's still alive. And
On its turn. Yeah. Can you run with that now?
And actually, I'm just going to. How much was Saeli healed for? Well, we've all been hit, right? Kieran was hit and Saeli was hit. So as a bonus action, then I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word as a level 3 spell. So
Oops.
everyone will get hit points equal to 1d4 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is 9. So 1d4 plus 9 for everybody.
Nice. Kieran, you take 9 psychic because you failed the the thing.
Yeah. Everyone heal 11.
Nice.
All right. That is, God, I have so many pages of things to do. I think that's all I'm going to do. Yeah, that's all
Nice.
I'm going to do. Pass.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. So this thing's gonna just look at you, and as you're still stunned, Neo, this thing gets is it advantage or is it a crit on stunned creatures? Look at conditions real quick.
Stunned. I can pull it up real quick. Stunned is I am incapacitated, which means I can't take actions or
Advantage
reactions.
on you.
Auto fail, strength and dex saves, auto advantage. Attack rolls have advantage.
Yep. So
At least it's not an auto crit.
yeah, 25 hits. You're still
Still raging. Yeah.
Raging.
Oh.
Yeah.
My rage doesn't end unless I, at this level, my rage doesn't end unless I
Incapacitated.
choose to end it.
Okay, cool, nice. Yeah, so you take.
Yeah, I think it's only. I don't believe incapacitated ends it. I believe I have to be knocked unconscious.
Okay.
Let me double
Are you using reactions? Give a disadvantage, by the way. I think that still hits anyway, regardless.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I was about to ask. I mean,
Yeah, only if I
I
fall
would. I
unconscious.
wouldn't know that. I probably would have done it.
I mean,
don't know if you wanna roll it.
we can say mechanically wise because it's a mechanical thing. You'd have to know, in order to use it. So I'll say that you can see it coming towards him, regardless. But so you don't waste it. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Are you gonna do it for this attack though? Because I do it before I roll. Yeah. So this He has an advantage. Normal roll. Do you do it? Because it's an 8, so he wouldn't hit.
Sure.
If you want, it's up to you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just want to make sure. And then this one's going to attack Seraphina. Because 2 on Kyra and 1 Seraphina. Because it just hits it. With an 11. It just got progressively lower as it went on.
Good.
It's sad now. Say hello. You're muted.
So Sally still has her eyes closed. She's just gonna listen out for one in the nearest general vicinity.
Mhm.
Like, I cannot with this, and she throws her hand out, and she casts magic missile.
You can't because your eyes are closed.
Oh shit! Fuck. I guess she could look. Ooh, no, she's not gonna look. She's gonna shoot an arrow actually.
Okay, cool.
Because she's not gonna get any closer. If she crit fails, maybe she'll shoot one of her friends. It's fine.
Oh, and you just said it.
You just had to say it.
Oh, that was
Why?
great.
Can I use my divine favor? Or is it too late? Can I do?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
Can I
can.
define-
Yeah, you can use it after the fact, after the roll, if you want to crit
Okay,
it
so
instead.
I'm gonna make that a critical hit instead of a critical miss. So we'll do double the damage. We'll do 14.
Sneak attack still.
And with a sneak attack, so we're going to do.
Just tell me how you kill it.
Okay. So she's like, just kind of like pulls her arrow back with her eyes closed, and she kind of points it in the direction of Neil for a second as she's listening. And she's trying to like feel it, and then she releases the arrow, and it shoots between one of the knees, the bent knees, right through it, busting out the kneecap, and goes right into its big baby face.
Nice. Yeah, that was hilarious that you just called that. Yeah, and as that one goes down, you hear it go. And as soon as that one goes down, you hear a resounding rumble off in the distance. A huge, gargantuan version of that one, maybe 200 or 300 feet in a distance, hears the wailing and whining of its children, and you will just hear. But you have some time,
To run.
and I'm going to suggest you run, and I'm going to give athletics checks if you, unless you want to fight it, Kyron.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like every time he just wants to smash something. And
There will be plenty of time to smash things, I'm sure. We should run while we still have the chance.
And
I
think,
almost died a moment ago.
yeah, I think Kieran's well aware that Sayeli
You're
took
done
a lot of damage, and also Kieran's taken 14 points of damage with the healing.
So what'd you do? Did you run? Did you fight? You run.
Mm.
Cool. So,
Kieran's
so
gonna run.
who's taking
Yeah.
the charge in this run? That's going to be important for this.
Kieran?
I mean,
Seraphina?
Sally is the fastest. I would say probably the most dexterous, at least. So she just
I'll
books.
go in the back at least, for sure.
Kieran will also take up the back.
Okay, so we have Sally in front, protecting the middle squishy boy, Neil, this young boy, young
My
old
sweet
man,
robot. My robot.
and you're running. I need everyone to run me athletics checks as you're running away from this thing, and this thing is just like. Nice. Everyone, Sally, we were actually like waning. Oh, wow. Okay. Sally, you're somehow waning behind as and you're getting like even. Actually, you run me at disadvantage because you are you do have one exhaustion. Okay, so 13. Yeah, so you're running. Everyone else seems to be keeping up, but you're just like you're trailing off behind. And as you guys are running and you're running, you're seeing like more of these like little babies, like just like the little baby hands like burrow up under from the ash. And they seem to be like all chasing you. You guys are all just like running, moving forward away from this like giant creature. You see the way you have to go, but Riddlestan isn't keeping up with you. He's just like with his goat legs. He's at the back, with where was at the back. You see the path going forward. It's still this barren wasteland. You see to your right there is these like broken ashen trees, which you know if you bumble into them, you'll be like crumbling all of them. And to the left, you see this ridge that dips down. Which way do you go, Sayali? You don't have time to like debate it with anyone. You have to pick a go as you're like the front man leading this.
She's going to go towards the ridge, and she's going to book it towards the ridge.
Is she falling enough behind that I'm catching up to her?
We'll say yeah.
Then I'm gonna pick her up because I'm really strong and she's a tiny little elf. I'm not worried about it.
We're going to the ridge.
She's human.
The ridge.
Not
I'm
elf.
a human. I'm very tiny human.
Very tiny
to
human.
the ridge.
Do you
Just
want
to the
me to
ridge.
roll? We're going to the ridge. Do you want me to roll anything?
No, but you will be doing your athletics checks for both of you. So, and I think that would be a disadvantage, I'll say.
Okay.
So you're just like,
Someone pick up Rumple.
Kieran picks up.
Riddlestan.
Kieran picks up Riddlestan. Yeah.
he's like, oh, yeah, and you're just like running
Pulling him
forward,
off my shoulder.
and you go down this ridge. So you go down this like little like ridge, and everyone's running up athletics check to see if you can slide down or you just tumble down.
Actually, we were going to. I was gonna cast Featherfall, so I didn't know how deep the ridge was, so we could just kind of like gently like jump down it.
Yeah, if you're trying to like do a featherfall, I think it only works on yourself though, right?
No, it's up to 5 falling creatures. So
Okay, if you want to try and cast that, yeah.
It's like everyone just jump, and she's going to like while she's being held, she's going to pick up like pull a feather from between her like bosom, just be like. And,
Nice.
Just jump.
Nice.
Most anticlimactic jump. Just
This is like really slow motion going. Just really should be quicker. Oh, we're down it. Okay, cool. You guys like move forward. Seraphina now and Silas is ensure both in front, like running away. You see some of these like larger, at least like the smaller baby ones, like tumbling down this ridge. The bigger one seems like moving like your direction, but doesn't seem to follow you. Seems to like carry on straight. You don't know if you've lost it yet, but this horde of the smaller ones seem to be tumbling down the ridge, and they're all just like. But still chasing you. And as you're moving forward, you see in front of you going forward, there's this like black riverbed. Like it seems to snake up and wind to the right. And as it snakes and winds to the right, there are these like pool pits of like hot steam that seem to be like bubbling this like goo. So that's what you see in front of you. That's what you see to the right. And on the left, you just see more of the ridge like cutting down, just like further into this like blanket space where there's like no like trees or foliage, just like ash everywhere. Which way do you go?
So there's a river, there's steam pits, or there's another ridge that we would have to go off of.
No, like you're running like along the ridge, and it's just like going further down. So like you almost like be backtracking almost, but like it seems to like go off in like a little slanted area.
Yeah, I'm gonna run towards the ridge. I'm not gonna try and cross the river.
Okay, so you guys move towards the ridge, and as you're moving towards this ridge, these like things like follow you, and some of them like tumble down to where you saw some of the black like ichor water, and like these like long like pods just like stick to some of them, like pull them in, and like sink them down. It seems like burn their flesh. And as you're like running like across this ridge, there is just like this gaping like maw hole. And you see this like coming up to you, and you see as you kind of move forward, you see this like long flesh tone like mouth extend upwards, and just like bite and like sink down. But you know you have to jump over this like ridge, and it's like a horde of running towards you. I'm gonna need athletics checks. if you guys are trying to jump it. There's at least like
Can
15 chasing
Can
you.
I use my athletics check that I rolled?
Nope.
Even... Damn it.
And if you're still gonna carry, Sayele, you're gonna have a disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh no!
Oh shit.
Oh, that's a lot of nat ones.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, that was a nat 20 if I wasn't carrying fucking.
So.
We still have Featherfall.
You do have Everforce, so you're slowly gonna get chomped. So as you're moving, we see as we all see you like going forward, we see you like running and jumping, and as you're running and jumping, we see that this hole, it's the walls are tipped with like what looks to be like the inside of like a gum. Like if you're looking at your gums, it's all this like fleshy, squishy, like wet goo. And as we see like shooting up from this like large, almost like if we looked at the high area, like this like open smiley face, we see these like white sparkling teeth kind of like shooting up. And it shoots up almost to like this angle, and we see it just like open and clamp down on all of you and shoot downwards. We see the others like stop before they get towards the ridge. This horde of like baby face monsters. Some of them fall in, some of them stop, and then we just kind of see them make their screechy noises before they dip and disappear. Some burrow into the ash, and as you're like swallowed into this creature, you're all like, how long does Featherfall last?
How long is Featherfall?
Sailor?
No minute.
A minute, 1 minute.
Okay,
minute.
so by the time you like gone to jump, you already like had done, and you guys are like falling. You guys are falling for a while. You see it, you feel it move, like it's like gone down, but you get this like, or you're just like falling in like in the pitch blackness continuously. What do you do?
As we're falling, I'm going to cast light on. I guess it has to be on something that I touch, and so I think as I'm falling and I'm just holding Sally, I just cast it. I'm just like, bah! And I just cast it on Sally.
So I'm just glowing.
Nice.
I imagine it's just like your shirt or your cloak.
Is
or
it
something.
pink still? The trademark
totally
pink. Okay,
pink.
cool. As you're falling down, and you cast the light, you see that the inside of this creature, this being's mouth, the inside of the gum, if you look into it like a person's gum, each like ridge of like the gun interior seems to be some kind of like humanoid figure that seems to be like outstretched and seems to be reaching for you, and you just as you like fall downwards.
Can we like everyone fall close together?
I mean, you are just continuously falling, so I'm gonna say that that was your action, Seraphina. What are your people doing at this time?
I can cast another Featherfall. We can slow this down while we try to grab something, climb it. I can fly out, but I don't want to leave you behind.
Don't grab the things. Just cast it. Cast Featherfall.
Yeah, you don't have time to debate.
Cast Featherfall again. We've slowed down a whole lot.
Okay. Yeah, you're still falling, but you're slowing down now. The light is like reflecting all of these like weird, like grubby pink hands trying to reach at you. What do you do?
And there's no bottom in sight.
There's no bottom in sight.
So
I got nothing.
the sides of the walls have things reaching out, trying to grab us.
Yeah, the sides of the walls have like these, it's like flat sides on either side, and it's like they're just like these like gum colored, like reddish pink, and they're trying to like grab at you, making all these like horrible like sickly noises, like.
Can we still see the mouth above us?
Yes, you can.
It says teeth.
Yeah, it's like the inside of like a mouth.
Does it feel like we're falling?
Yes.
Very gently.
Very slowly.
Is the mouth getting any further away?
Now that you're looking at it, No.
Want to like tie our ropes together and we can lasso a tooth and climb back up? Or
Or I could pull
what
out
a-
my crossbow and shoot instead of lassoing it, tie a rope.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Can we swim in the air since we're not falling? Can I be like?
I mean, you you feel like you're falling, and you can't really like maneuver yourself.
Okay.
Feels like you're perpetually falling,
Right.
but slow because of the fall.
Like that one
Yeah.
very, very good Spy Kids movie.
Kieran like reaches into his bag to pull out 50 feet of rope he has.
Mm-hmm.
Pulls out his enormous his heavy crossbow, just ties the rope to a bolt and loads the bolt and sort of aims up at the top there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna shoot.
Nice. Yeah. Give me a hit.
Wait, can I touch him so I can? I want to do guidance. Reach out your hand.
Yeah, I think that's
Karen-
fine.
Karen, reach out your
Alright.
hand and touch my fingers.
Touch my finger.
He reluctantly does.
Okay, I give him guidance, which will give you a D4.
Okay, cool. All right, don't fuck me. Roll 20. All right. That is so not at disadvantage. So 23.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. You shoot and it's like ka-dunk, and like stays there, kind of wavering.
Yeah, and there's rope. All right, everyone, grab the rope. I grab onto the rope so I stop falling, and I start like.
You may
Tossing the
wait.
line
You
out.
may have to grab and pull us towards the rope because we can't maneuver.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna grab the rope and try to
Can
pull
I throw?
everyone
I
in.
want to throw Cieli.
Can I climb with this rope using acrobatics like a sweet, beautiful circus freak?
I'm gonna say it's the athletics.
I might just hang on to the rope forever, guys.
Do I can pull you up at the top. Is that so? Do we have to get everyone onto the rope first?
I
though,
mean,
or-
I think like if you're like there, like you can make like a daisy chain of like arms,
Yeah.
and like pull each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're gonna pull us up, you would have to do it in one swift pull because his mouth is closing. So you'd have to make sure that all of our entire.
I mean, I wasn't planning on pulling all of you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll climb. If I can grab it, then I can.
Just hollow bones over here.
Disadvantage.
I don't need anyone's. Oh shit!
I can do the thing where I'll wrap my legs around Cieli like under her armpits, so I'm like pulling her up.
Nice. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, you guys only need a 10 to climb up. That's fine. So yeah, you will make.
Jesus, my
Is it
athletic
without
rolls are
advantage?
so
Oh yeah, but
low.
disadvantage because she's not on you anymore. I was about to say something, and Sean just made it. You guys.
I have a
Seriously.
plus 10 in athletics.
That's my biggest problem. A lot of my really poor rolls, like this one, is like one of my few minus rolls, but every other roll has been pretty garbo trash. Anyway.
I have to thank Eric Forgaris for getting. I'm joking. So yeah. You guys start climbing up. You're climbing up first, and as Seraphina said that about the mouth opening, the whole time you've been climbing, it hasn't opened once. You still hear like that, like still trying to reach you, but you're just like climbing and climbing.
So I assume when we get to the top, it still hasn't opened.
No, and as you get to the top, it's like this like weird spongy feeling.
I'm gonna punch it.
Per-
Your hand goes through.
Perhaps we
Like-
loomed
like-
it.
like- Do I feel like an opening, or do I just feel it stuck in the spongy team, or do I not feel anything?
No, you just feel like hand going through. Your fist go through.
I start climbing through it.
You start climbing through. What the rest of you doing?
Is this thing just an illusion?
I mean, yeah, if I see Kieran just climbing up, I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, you follow in. You all follow in. Riddle stands with you. He follows in.
Oh, I guess so.
Follow
I feel
in.
like we just got 5 insanity though, so I'm not.
You climb in, and as you're as you like climb and you kind of climb, and then you realize that you're not climbing, you're digging, and you're digging, and then you're digging, and as you come out, you just hear you go, and you're covered in ash. You're on solid ground, and you're like climbing out of like this ash-ridden ground.
I like to think I did that like zombie thing where like the fist punches out of like the.
Totally.
And as you
And then I'll get up.
go on, let's say go on.
No, I was just gonna say, as I get up, I'll start pulling people out as they get to the top there.
And as you like fully climb out, you realize that because you've never really touched it before, you've just hit it or tried to. And as you climb out and you stand around, you realize that you'd climbed out of the body of the creature you just killed. Like it's somehow birthing you.
Man baby with the feet
Yeah.
sack.
Mm-hmm.
Like the thing we just killed.
The thing you just killed.
Are we back to where we were?
Seem to have, yes. But you see way
Wait,
off. You
where's
see
the-
way
where's
off.
Riddleston?
You see way off in the distance.
Has Riddleston been making the climb in the
Yeah,
jump
yeah,
spot?
he came
Okay.
with you. You see way off in the distance where like you guys imagine you were going. You see that gargantuan one off where you guys had like run off to.
The heck?
Rabbit boy.
And as you pull everyone out, you all are coming out of this like gooey like man baby creature. But all that's coming off of you is like ash, and the particles are still flying off of you.
Ugh.
Rabbit boy.
Rabbit man.
Yes?
The fuck is going on?
I don't know. That
Is this an actual you don't know, or is this
is
I'm
an
not
actual I don't
saying?
fucking know. I'm sorry, excuse me, language.
Can we still see the floating tower in the distance?
It's still in the same distance as it was.
Maybe we should try to get there.
I hope they have a bath.
But that big thing's blocking the way.
No,
It
it's in
is.
the other direction now.
Oh, okay, okay.
You went the
Yeah,
other way,
then we
yeah.
should definitely go that direction. Towards the tower.
All right, lead us to the tower then, Rabbit boy.
Okay, I can do that. He like takes he takes like a very worried step. Oh, okay. Off we go.
I hate this place. I hate this place so much.
I'm starting to think that 10,000 gold isn't worth
Nope.
it.
Nice. Everyone make me a will save.
Oh, come on.
Wisdom?
A wisdom. So I keep saying that. I don't know why.
Fucking
Oh,
A! Oh,
How
wait,
many now ones have
Oh,
we
wait, wait,
rolled
wait, wait.
today?
Do I have disadvantage right now? Did I roll that at disadvantage or regular?
No, it was regular. I think. Yeah, it was
Okay,
regular.
is that- Well, I don't know if it matters. I think. It's
Oh my god. +3.
How many insanity do you have right now?
Me?
Yeah.
I have 3 right now.
Yeah, you can roll as advantage.
Oh, I have advantage. Cool.
Yeah, advantage for this.
So I'll roll one more time. There we go.
Nice. Everyone but Seraphina fails.
If I use my inspiration, can I take the 17?
But if I have
17 still
plus-
fails.
If I have +3 from Neil,
Then you pass.
yeah, 20.
Then you pass. Yeah. 20 is the DC now.
I will
Eh.
take whatever I can get.
So if
All right, I'm up to 2 insanity now.
I have 2 insanities.
And as you're kind of moving away and kind of crumpling up and kind of going forward, the thing you kind of moved out from kind of starts dissolving into ash. And as it kind of dissolves, it kind of like crumples out. And we see this like this area kind of pillow outwards. As it kind of pillows outwards, we see like a bone kind of like jut up and move. And then we see each of your names be carved into it. Almost like this world has consumed you fully. And you're a part of it now. At least, your minds are, at least. And we see where your names are. And we kind of get a sense as the viewer that that is where your sanity has now died. And only madness ahead. That's what we'll cook for today.
Ah!
Nice choices, though. I was wondering where you guys would run to. It was great. Hope you guys enjoyed that.
Ah!
you okay? You okay, Sean?
Ah!
That was really good.
Ah!
I'm worried about Sean. He's laughing at me. It's got to him. It's got to him.
I'm really freaked out.
Like, where did this guy come up with this?
Fucking A.
Jesus.
Ah.
I love like surrealism and all that bullshit and horror. I love it. I love Japanese horror, and that they always kind of go on the whole like psycho kind of like mental horror. So super great.
Oh fuck.
So yeah, let's do outros, and everyone is super happy at me. I can see. But hey, at least Seraphina didn't get any more sanity, and nor did Kyron. So that's a plus, guys.
Yeah,
I
hang out.
got 2 today.
I know,
How
right?
many? At one point during this game, I was at 2 HP. There was a moment where you hit me for 84 damage, and I was like, I was putting it in the calculator because I looked at it and I'm like, that's gonna kill me. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna fully calculate this appropriately, and it was like 84. And I'm like,
I am a big fan of Tomophos. I love the monsters in there. So they're very I think they're very good for high level campaigns. So
yeah, they are.
yeah. But yeah, let's do outros and what you thought of it and all of that good jazz. Let's go in reverse order this time. So Brie.
Hey, it's NPC Bree. You can find me on. I'm a little out of it now. You can find me on Twitter at NPC Bree with 2 E's. You can find me on Twitch at NPC Bree with 2 E's. You can also find me on the Greyhawk channel on Sunday nights, except tonight is when our Greyhawk episode is going to be playing. So if you want to watch Return of Greyhawk tonight at 8:30 Eastern, it'll normally be 8:30 Eastern on Sundays, where you can watch all the other crazy mindfuckery that this channel has been putting me through lately. You can also catch me on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern with Heavenly, where we play a cyberpunk game in the Cypher system. Very fun, Eden, on Scraticus's channel. I also stream occasionally on my own channel, and I'm about to be starting a new show or being on a new show in a few weeks, so just keep an eye out on Twitter.
Nice, awesome. Check out all that cool stuff. Brie is a cute, cool human. You should definitely check her out. And jumping from you to Tengu.
I'm real glad that my boy has a lot of HP. Because you did a lot of damage to him. And I'm so mad because I just want to hit something. I just want to hit one thing. My character's good for like one thing.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
He can't do it. He'll remember one of these days not to look at these things. Probably next time. But you know he's not a wise boy. Oh man, that was some real fuckery there. Yeah, I mean, Kieran's just kind of been like, you know what? Fuck it. We can't go back, so might as well just start wading through it. Like bring on the insanity. God, yeah. I'm Imperative Pengu on Twitter. I do Dungeons and Dragons and some other video game stuff. Follow me on Twitter to hear announcements of that. I'll be in one of Grant's Invisible Sun campaigns coming in October. I've got a few projects which are in production right now, which will have sort of their first announcements made in the next week or so, which I'm super excited for. So follow me to hear about those. And I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to next week. I think it's the looking forward to it in a oh god, I can't look away type of looking forward to it. It's like
Nice.
I can't stop. Like I know it's horrifying, but I can't stop looking at it.
It's the hypnotic pattern just all over you. It's all over hypnotic pattern. Nice. Well, yeah, sure to check that out. Look forward to seeing some of the projects that you are talking about, and you're gonna love Invisible Sun. It's a super fun game. I really enjoy playing in it. And jumping from you to Sean.
Let's see. Hi, I'm Sean. Tomorrow, Waffle Talk. That's the show where we talk about Dice Camera Action after Dice Camera Action is over. That'll be on my channel, Power Score RPG, at 9 p.m. EST, and that'll re-air on the D&D channel at 7 p.m. on Thursday. Wednesday on this channel, the Greyhawk channel, we'll be doing more of Mordenkainen's Path of the Plains. Lux will be back. Lux and my character are sort of like going out, so
It's
we
official.
we almost held hands one time, so maybe I don't know.
Have you got Facebook official though?
No, but sometimes we sit next to each other for a while, and it's kind of thrilling. So, and then also this weekend on my channel, Power Score RPG, I'm running Waterdeep Dragon Heists during the day, and at night, Hell's Rebels converted to 5th edition. And Sunday I've got Dungeon Academy on my channel, and Thursday on this channel I've got Secrets of Castle Greyhawk. That's where they go through the original D&D dungeon. It's very thrilling. That's it.
Castle Greyhawk, so good.
Nice. Ooh, cool. Jumping from you up to Hev. Tis Alien.
Hello. I'm Heavenly. I'm Tiz_aliens on Twitter. As Bree mentioned, we're a Scraticus Academy on Wednesday evening / Thursday morning for me. And you can also check out my Twitter page for a podcast that I do with a fellow Greyhawk channel member / Lux. We do a podcast together. What's up? This game was so much fun. I have to admit, I'm usually not a fan of Grimdark, like playing it, because it's not a strong suit of mine. I enjoy watching it and reading it and seeing other people do it, but I tend to deflect with humor. So I've never lasted long in Grimdark, but I'm having so much fun.
Aww.
I love the body horror. Like, it's so gross. It's so gross. I'm gonna have a nightmare tonight, and I love it. I just love it so much. I'm just so thrilled to be part of this.
I feel a lot of sarcasm coming off of.
I'm not being sarcastic. I'm like a true horror baby. So when I see something and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so gross, I love it.
Give me more.
I feel sick to my stomach. I won't ever stop.
Nice.
So I'm really excited.
Nice. Super glad you all enjoyed it. Be sure to check out all of these great humans. They are amazing. And then lastly, it is me. I am ProRestarter. Catch me on twitch.tv/ProRestarter, where I do a slew of stuff throughout the week. You can see me tomorrow. You can actually see me here tomorrow at, I believe, 1 p.m. EST for some Savage Tides. Don't quote me on that. I think it is 1 p.m. BST. Time zones are very hard for me. But yeah, you can see me then playing Savage Tides. Super awesome. And then throughout the week, doing other stuff as well. Find out all the other stuff I'm doing on my Twitter at ProRestarter. You can see it down below. See when I'm streaming, who I'm streaming with, where you have to reschedule, and all that good stuff. But no, thank you all for playing. Thank you for those who are watching. Thank you for the divine favor. This horror show is going to end until next week, but remember, when you have apples, just eat them, because it's fruit and it's nature's beauty. Maybe it'll take a bite out of you one day. We'll see. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.